dark. It's 12/12/23, and I was gonna do this last week, but I was so caught up, so completely caught up in Godzilla minus one. Which, by the way, go see the movie. Trust me when I tell you. But tonight, it is almost 2 a.m. over here on the East Coast. Some of you guys are all over the place, so it's not going to be after dark for you if you're in another country or the other side of the world. But here, over here, it's late. But that's okay, because I'm here to hang out with all of y'all. I hope you're doing well. We're going to be streaming. I'm going to be doing a reaction, a live reaction to Goku versus Superman from Death Battle, the newest one, the one that dropped 1 week ago. I have not seen it yet. I've had people actually tell me it's good. I'm serious, y'all. I've had people tell me it's good, and that's surprising. But because as you know, in the past, Death Battle has not really been the best. Death Battle's made a lot of mistakes. Death Battle's gotten stuff wrong. I remember once on Twitter many years ago, I want to say 2018, something like that. I remember one of the guys that worked on Death Battle was debating that Android 18 could absorb power. Now, I'm sure that most people in the chat right now have seen Dragon Ball Z. I'm pretty sure pretty much most of you have. That's why you're here. All of you, most likely. And you remember that the only androids that have the ability to absorb power is 19 and 20. Not only is it in the manga and the anime, but it's also in the guidebooks. So this motherfucker, I forget his name, he was on Twitter arguing with different content creators. Seth the Programmer was there, a lot of different people. And I stepped up and I fucking brought out not only the guidebook, motherfucker, I busted out the page number. He's like, I worked with Kanzenshu. Either they're full of shit or you're full of shit, bro. I don't believe that. So I remember, y'all, I whipped out the page number from the Daizenshu, from the guidebook. I said, here, 17 and 18 cannot absorb. I don't give a fuck what Xenoverse or the video games do. That's video games. Video game, you can do anything. But in the story that Toriyama wrote, in the manga and in the anime and in the guidebooks, they can't absorb power. So when that happened, it sort of like made Death Battle lose credibility with me a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, this is like basic Dragon Ball shit. It's one thing if you get scaling wrong, but this is like really basic Dragon Ball shit you can pick up from watching the show. You can't sit here and be like, well, the English dub got it wrong, because the English dub didn't even change this. You know what I mean? And so it was just a bad day for them. It was a bad day. Now I've heard they've improved, so I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. So today we're going to watch Goku versus Superman. And I remember when Goku vs. Superman 2 came out, I vividly remember it was right around the time an episode of Super was airing, I think. I think it was one of the early ones, maybe episode 2. I went out to eat with the chick I was with at the time. We were at a restaurant. And I remember when Death Battle came out, that's all they were talking about. Death Battle is very controversial. Very controversial. You know what I mean? So, but today we're going to watch it and react to it. So I'm glad y'all are here. Don't worry, Sly Coop GG's. I'm going to leave it up unless it gets copyrighted, but it should be fine. So I want to, first of all, before we get to this Goku versus Superman thing, I want to answer this super chat question that I got here from Big Player JD. Now, obviously, super chat questions are welcome. Just so you guys know, because I don't talk about this very often, anytime you submit a super chat to me and you donate money to me, anytime that you do that, it's going to go right back into the channel. That money goes to help pay for editing, thumbnails, art, merchandise, whatever. That's what the funds go to. It's not the Feed Me fund. I get plenty of money from ad revenue for the Feed Me fund. You know what I mean? For the selfish fund. I don't need it. That's where it goes. It goes right back into the channel, right back into the business. So it's not a big deal, but it's something you should know about. That way you know that's not going to be going to waste. Let me real quick make a quick adjustment. We're about to go and watch the video right now. Some of you have already seen this. I have not. I have not seen this yet. So, do I sound okay, by the way? Is the sound coming in all right? Like, are we good with that? Let me know in the chat if the sound is good. You know, like, can you hear me clearly? Normally the chat is right here. It's not there now. I have no idea why. Like the Spider-Man meme, remember? The Spider-Man meme? No, never mind. That was from ages ago. Okay, increase the volume. I mean, here's the thing. I can increase the volume a little bit, y'all, but I'm not in a screaming type of mood. Like, I'm not one of those guys that, like, does reactions and then is like, you know, like those guys that come on YouTube and girls too. They do those fake reactions where they're like watching something, right, and then like uh they like freak out. Oh my god! Oh man! Like that kind of content's trash to me. Just being honest, it's fucking garbage. Most channels that just do reactions are garbage. That's why I do more than just that, in my opinion. Now there are some that are genuinely funny. Most of them aren't. But today I'm gonna just not just react. I'm also gonna do a breakdown to see how true this is. And yeah, Mexican drug lord. I love your name, by the way, bro. I love that name. He said that. I love how Goku fans keep acting like he is this unbeatable when he was just recently got one shotted by Black Frieza. I mean, you're right about that. What I was gonna tell you was the thing about the death battles and shit. The thing about those fans is anybody who says that Goku's the strongest anime character is not really a fan of Dragon Ball, because clearly if you watch Dragon Ball, the Omni King and Whis are significantly more powerful than him. Goku isn't even the strongest character in his own show, but that's a good thing. See, a lot of these fucking weirdos on the internet. Is the audio too low, yo? Because people are asking, saying the audio is low. I just don't want to scream. Is the audio too low? Like, I just need to know, like, is that really an issue? Let me know if it is, cause I think I haven't actually heard it like myself, but I might check it out here and see if I sound low. Let me hear myself real quick. Being honest, it's fucking garbage. Okay, I don't think I sound that low. I'm just, the thing is, y'all, I don't want to scream today. I don't want to be screaming and shit. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to, it's late, you know, we're going to whisper. You know, I can turn myself up a little bit, but, you know. So what I was going to say about Goku is, Goku isn't even, yeah, Jager, tonight I am. I just want to chill. Goku isn't even the strongest character in his own anime. You understand what I'm saying? He's not. Goku is not the strongest character in his own anime. Beerus is arguably stronger. There's a debate on that. May not be entirely true. I'd actually have a debunk video I had planned for that. There was also a video. I'm sorry. There's also Whis, which we know is stronger than any mortal. There's all the other angels. There's 12 of them that we know of. More if you count Mirrors. And then you've got the Omni King. Goku isn't even close. And here's the thing about that. These fucking weirdo anime fans that try to put him over as being the strongest, I don't know what's wrong with them. I don't know if they have like the brains of like a fucking 10-year-old, but you understand that if Goku was the strongest character, the series would be boring as fuck. Dragon Ball would be the most boring show in history if Goku was the strongest character. Because why? Let me ask you a question, legit. Why the fuck would anybody watch a show where the main character is the strongest and nobody can do anything about it? Where's the drama? Where is Goku training to get better, to improve? What happened in Dragon Ball Z and Super? And even in GT, Goku trained to get stronger. He faced off against enemies he couldn't beat, and he trained to get stronger. Can you imagine how boring the show would be if he just one-shot at every enemy? I don't understand why people are like this, bro. It's weird, man. You know, y'all realize, I'm talking to you guys now, y'all know that I have been doing this YouTube channel since 2015. Next year is going to be my ninth year doing YouTube, and all I'm going to say is this. and this is not about you guys in the chat. Maybe some of you, but not most of you. I have been working on the internet for 9 years, and I can tell you that the amount of idiocy that I see online on a daily basis, it's like what George Carlin said, bro. People are stupid, and then the other half are even dumber than them. It's so weird how people are. Anyways, let's go ahead and knock out this fucking let's go ahead and knock out this reaction here. I'm gonna put it in. Should I put it in theater mode? Is that that's almost too big? All right. So okay. So I need y'all to tell me if the audio levels are balanced when we start playing this. So I'm gonna watch here. This is my. By the way, once again, this is my first time watching this. I do not like Death Battle. It's not my kind of content. But I was told by people who I trust, no, this one's good. You understand? So let's see. Let's see if it is good. But first, let me get this super chat. Hold on, because this guy sent me one and I forgot to answer it almost. He says, hey, Geekdom, would you collab with Fresh and Fit? Myron said he would do one with you on Dragon Ball. By the way, they did Goku dirty again. Isn't Superman weak about magic? Isn't the same as magic? I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't seen this yet. But as far as Fresh and Fit go, I would love to collab with them. I would love it. I've seen a couple of their interviews, and I would love it. How do I get a hold of Fresh and Fit, bro? Like, do I have to, like, how do I get a hold of them? And also, does anybody have that clip where they mention me? Because I want to hear it. I want to hear that clip, bro, because... like, somebody told me about that, but I thought they were fucking around. You know what I'm saying? I thought they were fucking around, because that's a very big channel, bro. Anyways, y'all, let's go ahead and get started. So, yes, I would collab with them for sure. I would love to talk to those guys. I'm fresh, and now I finally fit after all these years losing all the fucking weight, bro. Didn't they get demonetized? I think they got moved to a different... I think they're on Rumble or some other platform. I don't know. I have no idea, bro. I do not know if they're demonetized, but if they want to talk to me, that's on them. I can't really, like, monetize them. I don't have that power. I'm just a YouTuber. I don't have the power to make changes around here. I wish. All right, let's go ahead and get started, y'all. Enough of the intro. We've been talking now for about 18 minutes or so. Let's go ahead and watch this swaggy. Is that a good thing or a bad thing? Oh, swagger. Yeah, well, people, the thing about me, bro, is that, let me explain something to you guys. I'm very confident when it comes to Dragon Ball, right? You should know that by now. I'm very confident when it comes to certain things. People who have low self-esteem, they think I have a big ego. They always throw the ego card at me, like I fucking care. Well, I don't have a big ego. Anybody who knows me in person knows that I don't. You understand what I'm saying? But because I speak shit into the world definitively, and I'm very direct with shit, that's where it hurts them. That's where it hurts their feelings. Like when I say shit, for example, like if I said, for example, if I said the English dub of Dragon Ball Z is filled with bullshit, right? That's a fact. The English dub changed things. Oh, well, my childhood. I'm not trying to ruin your childhood, bro. I'm just telling you the truth so you can fucking understand. But it's weird. People are so emotional. Let me get these super chats real quick, y'all. So I can, before we get started. So Josh90 says, hey, Danny, have you ever thought about making a video about some of the problems with Beerus's power always being moving goalposts? Yes, Josh, I have. In fact, I was going to make a video about that with facts, like with a ton of information from magazines, and I never got around to it. And I think I might. I think that I might still make it next year. You know, I might still do it. You know what I mean? I've got a bunch of videos planned that I'm not sure when they're going to come out. The algorithm has not been healthy for me lately. It's been fucking me over real bad. YouTube fucking changes the algorithm every December, bro. Every December they change it. And it's like, fuck. You know, and it's fucking me over. So anytime you can share the video or like it, I would appreciate that. I'm being honest with you. If you can share the videos that you like on my channel, it doesn't have to be this one, but I mean like videos on the channel. We work hard, man. We work hard. So let me go ahead and yes, let me answer this other super chat from Lemon Mystical. Then there's people who completely lowball Goku to make him look weak than he is. And by the way, ignore the people who call Saitama a gag character. Well, that's up for debate. The One Punch Man universe is very debated on. You understand what I'm saying? And no, I'm not having my finger in my ass, bro. I'm scratching my back. Okay, Kyle Smith says, feel like it's been forever since I caught a stream. Thank you so much for being here. This is a late night stream, bro. It's called Geekdom After Dark. Make sure you leave a like. We got almost 500 people, bro, so make sure you leave a like. Yeah, and somebody in the chat saying One Punch Man was a gag manga. What if I told you Dragon Ball was a gag manga? Would that piss you off? Would that piss you off if I told you Dragon Ball was a gag manga? Dragon Ball is somewhat of a gag. It's not a complete gag manga. It's not. But there are plenty of gags in there to where if somebody called it a gag manga, I wouldn't even be mad. Because Toriyama's naturally a comedian. You know what I mean? Toriyama writing Dragon Ball and all that shit you see that everybody grew up with, that's not even what he likes to write. He likes to write funny shit. That's Toriyama, bro. He's always been like this. That's his thing. So Omega TKJ says, I recommend Frieza versus Megatron. Okay. All right, y'all. We're going to get started here. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and watch Goku versus Superman. I'm going to give you my thoughts. Here we go.
This episode of Death Battle is sponsored by BetterHelp. Fight! Son!
The sound is good so far.
Goku, Superman. It's time to answer the ultimate question, and we're taking it all into play. We're examining
It's time to answer the ultimate question. Don't they answer this question every couple of years when they want views, bro? Isn't that what they do? Don't they like remake this video they make a new version of this when they want views? I'm not hating. It's smart. But I'm just saying that I am not a hater. If somebody makes it on YouTube, I'm happy for them. But like, they do this every year. It's kind of funny.
Superman's extensive mainline comic book canon. Given Dragon Ball Super's contentious continuities, we'll include all three, just to be thorough, plus Dragon Ball Heroes. He's whiz!
That's good. The fact that they said, listen to me, the fact that guys, I'm mind blown. The fact that this fucking channel actually referenced the fact there's multiple canons, thank God, thank Kami, dude, that finally someone else said it. There is no canon. There's multiple continuities in Dragon Ball. It's not just one. There's multiple different continuities, and they mentioned 3. And they're right. It is 3. The movies, the manga, the anime, and of course, the 4th one is the video games, which is separate. So, the movie canon, like take Battle of Gods. Battle of Gods is a movie, a manga arc, and an anime arc. And they're all different. Similar story. Same story, just with little differences here and there. Let's get back to it, though.
I'm Boomstick, and it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle. Far away, in an enchanted land, an old master found a boy and marveled at his uncommon strength. This is the story of Son Goku. Chances are, if you've watched some
good editing right here.
Localized anime, you can thank this guy. Inspired by martial arts films and his wife's interest in Chinese culture, Akira Toriyama crafted the story and the character that would define generations to come.
This is phenomenal editing, yo. Listen, man, look, guys, I'm gonna be honest about this. If this sucks, I will tell you it sucks. If it's good, I'll tell you it's good. So far, the editing is great. Great editing.
Dragon Ball! Kakarot was born a low-class Saiyan on the planet Vegeta, narrowly escaped its destruction by Frieza, and was raised on Earth by happy old Grandpa Gohan.
Not just raised, but trained. Gohan began Goku's teachings in martial arts, which he would find to be his true calling under the guidance of Master.
So, okay. So, technically, some of this information is not entirely correct. Okay? It says mentors, Grandpa Gohan, Roshi, Kami, King Kai, Whis, and Beerus. They're forgetting about Korin. Even though Korin was only a mentor for about 3 episodes, he counts. So, I mean, it's not a big deal. It doesn't ruin the video. It's just because he was short. Let me get this super chat here. I got it on my third monitor over here. Hey, Danny, I love what you're doing. It's crazy how long I have been watching you. Thanks for that. I started watching when I was in middle school. Damn, you're young, bro. I'm on my way to becoming a sergeant in the Air Force. One love. Damn, bro. Listen, I'm going to tell you something right now. First of all, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you that you're going to become a sergeant, number one. Number two, because of what's going on in the world right now, I really hope you don't see combat. I hope that you work in the military. I hope you make as much money as you can from the government. I hope you retire with benefits and veteran benefits. But I don't want you to get killed out there, bro, because shit's wild right now in the world. You know what I mean? Like, we got wars going on in multiple places right now. And that's, you know what I mean? I know that's your job, but I'm saying, like, I wish, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Let's get back to it.
Master Roshi. Specifically, he learned the Kame-sen and Ryu style, which focuses on discipline and tenacity, both of which strongly define Goku's character.
The more he learned, the more he wanted to improve. This little low-class monkey boy would prove that hard work and dedication can beat raw talent. Within just a few years, he was so strong, the only worthy teachers left were gods. And a talking cat, but mostly gods.
So they did mention Korin. They did mention him. Yo, that's so far. Listen, so far so good. So far so good. I'm gonna give them credit. They did mention it, and hey, my hat's off. You know what I'm saying?
You're training to dodge lightning. You know you're a few leagues over everyone else.
He did have a slight advantage. Saiyans are naturally superhuman. They also take Nietzsche's famous words, "What doesn't kill you makes you stronger," very, very literally.
It's almost unfair how much of a boost in power they get after they're hurt.
Wait, let me read that because that went by too fast. Don't you know the... Oh, yeah, that's right, about the Zenkai.
Get after they're hurt.
While Saiyans like Vegeta may have abused this trait, it suits Goku. No matter how many times you knock him down, he will get back up, stronger than before.
It helps that he knows so many cool combat moves, like the Kamehameha!
An incredibly powerful technique that focuses one's ki into a single point for a devastating beam.
So challenging, it took Roshi decades to master, but Goku got it in like 5 seconds.
It's incredibly versatile, with over 50 different variations.
All right, let's see. They wrote Autonomous Ultra Instinct, bro. That's good, even though I feel like, I'm going to be honest, I feel like these guys, I think these guys, this is going to sound egotistical, but it's not. Trust me when I tell you. I think they went to my channel to get some of this information. I'm okay with that, though. I'm not complaining. If you take from me and you deliver accurate information, that is not an issue. I wish they would credit me. Maybe they didn't. Maybe they just knew their shit. I don't know. In the past, they haven't. That's why I'm saying this. But so far, they got most of his techniques down. There's a couple that are missing, but most of them are good.
For example, Goku can curve the beam after firing, or even shoot it from his feet.
But unlike most Saiyans, he doesn't just use ki to blow shit up. Moves like the Solar Flare, Energy Landbind, and God Bind require a lot more strategy and planning.
Because while Goku isn't exactly book smart, he is a genius when it comes to martial arts. He doesn't just train to conquer his opponents, but to conquer himself.
He's also got some different moves, like trapping you in a rice cooker.
Well, pretty much any container could be used for the Mothaba sealing technique.
Then there's Kaioken, aka Instant Steroids. Goku's multiplied his power by 20 with it before, and in a movie, he even got it up to
Okay.
times 100. What a badass!
The Genki Dama, or Spirit Bomb, is potentially his strongest attack, but it requires considerable time. Unlike Instant Transmission, which is a teleport that's instant. The way it works is Goku detects another person, like a sort of beacon, then teleports to their location by launching.
Wait, hold on. The highest order said they did make a slight jab at you in the Hulk versus Broly episode, referring to you only as a respected Dragon Ball YouTuber. Well, what did they say? Like, I don't watch any of their shit. Like, you'd be surprised. I don't really, I've told you guys this before. I don't really watch that much, like, anime YouTube or, like, most of the YouTube shit I watch is, like, health stuff, finance stuff, old school gaming stuff, movie stuff. I watch more of that than I do, like, any kind of, like, you know, Dragon Ball. Thank you, Axie Rom Jolie. I appreciate that. You know what I mean? Like I'll watch videos from some of my friends once in a while, but like I rarely watch that many videos. You know, I don't really watch Death Battle. You know, I don't know what they said about me. I would assume it wasn't an insult. I mean, and if it was, then fuck you, because I know I'm right, and you're right. I am respected, but at the same time, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I only talked to those guys once. So, I don't know. And again, so far, this video is pretty good. Seriously, so far, we're only about 3 minutes in. I have no complaints. The video is so far, they got shit right. I gotta give them credit. I'm not gonna bullshit you.
Through an alternate dimension where time stands still. Yes, according to the Daisenshuu guidebook, it's a dimension hop. You can actually see this in between space in some movies and games.
And the dubs wanted us to think it shot Goku's molecules around at light speed.
God bless them for saying that. Oh my God, bless them for saying that, yo.
Silly English.
The dubs did more than that. In fact, early dubs of Dragon Ball Z tried to rewrite Goku as a Superman figure. Even his famous speech on Namek about being the light in the darkness was originally about him coming to terms with his Saiyan heritage.
These motherfuckers are on point with everything. I'm serious. We haven't got to the scaling part. They are on point with everything. No, I agree. It is a compliment. That's why I was confused about the jab. But, dude, so far in this video, they are on point, bro. And they're saying shit that I've said, but it's good that they're saying it because they have a way bigger audience than me. I don't mind them saying that. That was fucking cool. So far, so good.
Accepting his anger and pride, avenging his people by defeating Frieza, and declaring himself the Super Saiyan.
Hell yeah! If there's any scene that deserves the word epic, it's when he went gold. Super Saiyan and its sequels all have official power multipliers, but they threw us for a loop by turning Goku into a god.
Super Saiyan God certainly changed things up. Goku gained Divine Ki, a pure form of Ki unspoiled by mortal hands. Unlike normal Ki, it can't be detected and appears to have healing properties.
Kinda like Senzu beans. Did you know one Senzu has so much healing juice it can regenerate a person's lost limbs? They're missing out.
God Goku reached a level of power that could compete with the greatest of deities, nearly shattering the whole universe with a single clash on his first go.
That was in the anime only. That was not in the manga or the movie. You guys know that, but I know some people might not. Most of you guys know that. Some people might get confused. They kind of, the anime, the movie, and the manga, when it comes to Goku and Beerus' struggle, change things and fuck with it a little bit, for better or for worse.
Ball's cosmology is unique. This model is said to be an accurate depiction of Universe 7, but there's a wrinkle there. When all of humanity went to heaven,
Because Boo went boozerk.
Fidel commented that heaven is just as large as a universe, and the Daizenshuu backs her up.
And, that's heaven. Big planet.
So let's scale things up with that in mind. Doing so would make Universe 7 over 1,500 times larger than our own observable universe.
Okay, I want to say this. That I'm not sure about that. I'm not going to sit here and say that they're lying or they're wrong, but they said the observable universe, right? The other thing is, too, the universe is expanding. So I would not have made that statement. You understand what I'm saying? Because we really don't know how big our universe is. I get what they're going for. And there is truth that, yes, in the guidebooks, when Toriyama drew the cosmology, the afterlife realm is as big as the Earth. But in reality, the afterlife realm, it can't just be as big as the Earth because more people are going to die as time goes on. So in reality, it's going to end up expanding. You know what I mean? Let's pretend that, thousands of years go by, right? And in the future of Dragon Ball, in the Dragon Ball like story, and people die, there's gonna come a time where there's too many people in heaven. Some are gonna go to hell, of course, but you understand, so that's gonna expand too. You would assume. That's something Toriyama's never addressed, though. That's something that's never been addressed in the series because it's so out of whack scientific that Toriyama wouldn't give a shit. Toriyama doesn't care about that kind of stuff. You know what I mean?
And Goku could destroy that much the first time he went God. And he didn't lose that power. He learned how to use it even better, even in base form. Now, imagine how much stronger he became when he stacked Super Saiyan on Super Saiyan God and became Super Saiyan Blue.
Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan.
Yeah, not saying that. Or after he trained with some almighty angels. Or when he perfected the blue hairdo and stacked Kaioken on top of that.
Goku has...
So, this is fine. The only issue is that they're missing the fact that Goku was able to master all the grades. Because they wrote Super Saiyan full power. Spirit Bomb Super Saiyan is not really a form. But that's fine. It's not a big deal. That's not a form, though. That is not a form. And no guidebook does it say it's a form. But they're missing grade 2, grade 3. Goku has been able to access every version of Super Saiyan. And other characters have not. Vegeta skipped from 2 to 4 or 2 to God. He didn't get 3. And then Trunks went from 1 to 2 and then he got that Ikari form. And then, Gohan just skipped all the grades and went from Super Saiyan to full power to 2. And then after 2, he didn't do shit. He went to the ultimate power and then Beast Gohan later on. So Goku has always been the character that has every form. You know what I mean? He has everything. The only thing he doesn't have is some of Broly's mutations and Kale in them. Because those are different. Broly and Kale, and Kale was meant to be a female. Broly, that was the point. They have that sort of mutation, because he's a mutant, where it makes him incredibly powerful and gets stronger as they fight. Goku and Vegeta don't really have that at that level. But I think that's more of a biological thing.
Has certainly performed great feats with God Ki, breaking through Hit's time stop by forcing himself into the future, holding off Infinite Zamasu, who was a sentient timeline, defeating Jiren, who shook the entire world of Void by just walking.
He even tried out Hakai, the destruction god move that nopes you out of existence. Your being and your soul erased from all of time and space.
Culminating in his greatest form, Ultra Instinct.
Chrome Goku isn't a normal transformation, it's a state of mind. Ultra Instinct is the highest peak of martial arts.
Oh shit, I'm muted. Oh my god. Oh, I'm muted. I was muted the entire time. Oh shit. Oh, I'm so sorry. I am so sorry, yo. I am so sorry, dude. I was spitting isms. I was spitting isms, dude. I was spitting shit. I am so sorry. I'm still getting muted here. I'm sorry. I apologize. What I was saying, I'm going to repeat what I said when I was muted, right? My bad. That's a very dumb thing, but I feel like everybody makes that mistake. What I was going to say was the saved Bora stuff. I don't know if that really counts as a feat necessarily. I don't know why they put it in here. That's more like that is something he did, but it's not really a strength feat. Broke Kachikachin, that was with Gohan, that happened, but it wasn't like he broke it with his bare hands. Thank you so much for forgiving me on that, bro. I fucked that up. I apologize. I apologize to you again. Disrupted and escaped the pretty black hole. That was funny. Super Saiyan 3 shook the afterlife. That was in the Janemba movie. Down Jiren, who surpassed God's destruction. What I was saying before you guys told me I was muted, what I was saying was it's funny that all this information says that Jiren surpassed God's destruction. They don't say which one, or all of them, or some of them. They just say he surpassed that level. And then Goku at UI beat his ass at the silver-haired UI. It's weird that people still think that Beerus is stronger. I know that Toyotaro made that comment, and I do think that the manga version of Beerus is stronger than the anime version. That makes sense. But I've always felt like, especially now, after Moro, after Granola, I've always felt that Goku is stronger than Beerus. I think, like, somebody left that super chat earlier about Beerus being the moving goalpost, and it really feels that way. Because he, based on all the information we got from all the magazine articles when Super was around, Goku and Jiren surpassed the gods of destruction in that fight. But then Toyotaro comes around and says, no, he still has to overcome Beerus. I can understand people being confused. I can't give you a straight answer. The best I can say is the anime version's weaker. Also, did you notice that in the manga, it's weird. I don't know if y'all noticed this. In the anime, it feels like Goku is stronger in the Tournament of Power than he was in the manga. Ultra Instinct Goku in the manga was unable to beat Jiren. He couldn't beat him. It was a team effort like it was in the anime, but in the anime, he beat him for a little while before his UI gave out. So it feels like the anime version of Goku is stronger than the manga version, but the manga version of Beer is stronger than the anime version. That's the best I can explain to you, bro. Until Toriyama comes out and says something, that's literally what's going on. No, I don't think Beerus surpassed Whis. I think Whis is the ultimate hill to climb. That's the big goal. Maybe he'll get there. Let me get back to this though. Survive Energy of Destruction, Dark Key, and the Dark Factor. I'm not sure what he means by that Dark Factor. I don't know what that is, y'all. Defeated King Piccolo, Frieza, Majin Buu, Mira, 21. Yeah, I mean, he beats everybody. It's Goku. They could even say like defeats like, you know, every movie villain except the movies he's not in.
Consciously making optimal choices because you're in the zone. Doing without thinking.
Something Goku has always been trained to do. Technically, it can be used in any form, but when perfected, Autonomous Ultra Instinct makes you untouchable. No matter what comes his way, Goku will automatically dodge, block, and counter to the best of his ability, even pushing his body well beyond his physical limits. So far beyond, in fact, Ultra Instinct can summon a massive avatar to defend him when his own body can't.
That sounds really intense.
It is, which is why he's developed incremental versions of it for specific uses. It's extremely difficult to maintain the full form for long.
Until you get to Dragon Ball Heroes, aka Dragon Ball fanfiction gone Kaioken times 1,000.
While
I did it again, didn't I? I did it again, didn't I? I did it again, didn't I? I did it again, bro. I did it again. Listen. I'm so sorry. Listen, here's what I'm gonna do. You listen, you have a right to laugh at me. Please laugh at me. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna mute the mic anymore. I'm just gonna leave it like that. If you hear me scratching my cheek or fucking something, whatever. It doesn't matter. I'd rather do that than fucking fuck this up again. What I was trying to say is that I agree with them about Super Dragon Ball Heroes being fan fiction, because it does feel like it was written by any of us when we were 15. Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta. Super Saiyan. This right here. Goku right there. Goku 4 against Goku Blue. Somebody saying a super chat said muted. I'm not muted anymore, bro. But what I was trying to say, I'm not muted. Okay, I'm fine now, right? You can hear me, right? Let me, wait. Yeah, okay. Anyways, what I was saying was, I wish, can you imagine if we actually had Dragon Ball Super and Super Saiyan 4 and Super Saiyan Blue fight with good animators, with the guys who did Broly? You imagine that? That's what we should have got. Not this like 2-minute fight we got in Heroes. Goku 4 versus Goku Blue could have been so fucking badass. You know what I'm saying? They could have used fucking like teleportation. They could have done a lot of things to make that fight awesome. And thank you extra for the $10 super chat, dude. That really means a lot. Like I said, this is all going back to the channel. So I'm not gonna mute anymore. Fuck, bro. I can't believe I did that twice. Ugh. All right, let's get back to it. So far, a couple of little things, but so far it's fine. I'm not gonna sit here and nitpick the video that much. So far, they've got the Goku shit on point. I am not as familiar with Superman as I am Goku. That's just a fact. Superman's so much older and there's so many more stories. So I may have to just trust them or trust you guys to fill me in, pause, on Superman. Let's get back to it though.
Technically a different continuity, CC Goku is functionally a stand-in for the mainline Goku. His history and powers are the same, making his story just as much of a what-if scenario as the multiple super continuities. The only real
I did it again, but no, I caught myself this time. No, it wasn't. No. Don't even laugh. I caught myself this time. It was only for a second. I caught myself. No. Don't even say I was muted. No. It was for a second, all right? Give me a break. I only put the tip in. Let me let y'all know I already unmuted. That was a mistake. My hand went atop my microphone. The mute button's up here, and when your hand goes atop of it, see, it mutes. Oh, okay. Once again, I apologize. I'm not gonna touch the mic. I'm gonna leave it right there. Is there people clapping cheeks next door? No, my house is far away from anybody else's house. I live on the cul-de-sac, so like the next house over, like you can't hear shit. Listen, bro, I'm telling you this right now. If you ever spend the night at my house, it'll be the most comfortable thing ever, because my neighborhood is so quiet. You're not gonna hear dogs. You're not going to hear yelling. The only thing you're going to hear is the train tracks and the train on the train tracks. That's it. It's very comfortable. So, did he say he touched himself? I didn't say that. I mean, I have. All right, what I was trying to say was, so far, I'm very pleased with what they're saying, and I can't disagree with anything yet. Minor things, small things, yes, but not anything that's really that important. Childish Sloth 416 says, do you think they're gonna reveal Beerus has been doing secret training like Master Roshi to make himself stronger than Goku again? I really hope so. I really, really hope so. Genuinely. It's the Light says Goku scales outerversal with irrelevant speed. Well, with the instantaneous movement, instant transmission, with the teleportation technique, it is like beyond speed. Now, the big argument I've seen people have is Goku with the teleportation versus the Flash. See, that one's tough because Goku can get to a place that he's been to or sense of power like that. But Flash can run so fast he can go back in time. Goku can't do that shit, bro. That's a tough one, man.
Difference is Toriyama's not really involved.
This Goku used instant transmission to teleport through time and dimensions. He outsped a god who could...
Well, that is true for Dragon Ball Super... I'm sorry, Super Dragon Ball Heroes. Super Dragon Ball Heroes characters are so fucking strong that it doesn't even make sense. Guys and gals, Super Dragon Ball Heroes is so fucking absurd that they had King Vegeta, a guy who got punched by Frieza one time in his first form and died like a bitch. This motherfucker puts on the fucking masked Saiyan mask, the evil Mira and Toa time breaker mask, and this motherfucker's Beerus level. What? King Vegeta, a guy whose power level might be under 10,000, is on Beerus's level with the mask? Bro, it's wild. It's so over the top. I'm here for it. I'm here for it. And by the way, I want to tell y'all something. But you have to keep it a secret. Keep this a secret, okay? Don't tell nobody. Don't tell anybody this. I have some information about Daima Episode 1, and I'll be uploading a video about it by the end of the year. And this part I said on a previous stream. Maybe you guys weren't here for this, but Dragon Ball Daima's animation is so good. It's so polished that by the time you get to Episode 5, it's not going to be like Super Episode 5. All the people who are saying that they don't want to see Daima because Goku's a kid again, and I understand that. When they see the fight that's going to be in Episode 5 of Daima, and that shit goes viral, and we're all talking about it, everyone, listen to me, everyone who was saying, I don't want to watch Daima is going to be like, yo, that shit was raw. And they're going to try it out. Trust me when I tell you this. Trust me when I tell you. And the beautiful thing about it is they have a year. So by the time we get to the actual premiere of Daima, I don't even know how many episodes they're going to have done. So we're not going to have any kind of problems like we did with Super. That's exciting. Anyways, let's get back to this fucking video.
See the future. He defeated Dark King Fu, who was gonna rewrite the entire universe. Hell, this series even makes GT cool. Xeno Goku can break space-time just by going Super Saiyan 4.
Looking back at that goofy monkey boy chopping wood and punching dinosaurs, it's almost overwhelming to think about how far Goku has come, how much he's had to face.
But no matter the challenge, he takes it head-on and pushes through,
showing everyone, everywhere, how to go even further beyond.
Listen, man, that was the Goku section, and it's pretty good. It's so far the Goku section was good. Let's keep going.
Faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
Geez, just a locomotive? People in the 40s needed bigger imaginations.
Born on the far-off world of Krypton, the infant Kal-El was sent to Earth by his parents, narrowly escaping Krypton's destruction. Raised by farmers as Clark Kent, he eventually became Superman, champion of the oppressed, the man of tomorrow.
If you've only seen...
I'm digging the jazz music, bro. You know that? Are y'all hearing that jazz music in the background? That shit's pretty cool.
the movies, forget him. Comic book Clark's not the perfect Boy Scout. And he's definitely not Jesus. Wait, weren't the guys who made him Jewish?
Jerry Siegel and Joe Shuster were sons of Jewish immigrants and grew up in a time when anti-Semitism went largely unchallenged.
And
Yeah, but Jesus was a Jew. Let's not forget.
then that ugly mustache showed up.
Understandably seeking escape from some truly terrifying horrors, the pair created Superman to be a simple solution to overwhelming problems.
Hey,
So they were showing some stuff about World War II, right? I really hope that you guys either have seen or are planning to see Godzilla -1. And if you're wondering, Danny, is this your current obsession? The answer is yes. That is my current obsession. I want everybody that I know to go see that movie. Let me tell you a story. I've told all of my friends to go see Godzilla -1. Every single one of them, men, women, husbands, wives, boyfriends, girlfriends, everyone, different ages, all my friends, with the exception of 2, have left the theater with tears in their eyes. And the 2 who didn't still love the movie. I don't know anyone who doesn't love that movie. Go see Godzilla -1. Trust me. And something else that we need to talk about real quick, y'all, is here's why we need to support Godzilla -1. Let me explain. Because Godzilla predates Dragon Ball, if it wasn't for Godzilla, you wouldn't have tons of Japanese video games. You would never have tokusatsu like Kamen Rider and Power Rangers, because that was the first one. You'd never have giant monsters. Anything with giant monsters, Godzilla was the first one. Well, technically King Kong was, but for Japan. So all these great games that Japan's given us, Street Fighter, like, you know, all the tons of Budokai Tenkaichi 4 coming out. It's not even out yet. But, you know, all these different games, Japan's done that for us, and it all goes back to Godzilla and how that creature, that original movie in the 50s, hit everybody. We need Godzilla -1 to be successful, not just because it's a great fucking movie, but because we want to show these fucking people that have fucking fucked up movies all year, that have fucking given us trash, that not only are the Japanese really good at fucking telling stories, right? We know this. All of you in the chat know this. But they should be awarded for being that good. You understand what I'm saying? They should be. How many great games have you played, especially JRPGs, that have had stories that blew your fucking mind? A lot of that's from Japan. So I feel like, and I know it might seem like a lot, but trust me, this movie has to do well because we can finally get our win. How many people in the chat right now were anime fans years ago and kept telling people, yo, you should try anime? Because anime was like the evolution of American cartoons. So how many people have been watching stuff like Naruto or Yu Yu Hakusho or whatever you like, pick whatever, and told somebody, try this anime shit? A lot of that, not all of it, but a lot of it traces back to Godzilla because he was the first big thing from Japan that blew up outside Japan. So anyways, that's my ramble. That's my ramble, and let's go.
A hero who could defeat any evil by just punching it. Hell yeah, that's how I live my life.
After almost 9 decades, Superman has been many things. At the core, his story is one of a refugee, a child who lost his home, left to the mercy of alien people. This new world accepted him, raised him, gave him a new home, because helping others in need is the right thing to do. That's why he became a superhero, the first superhero.
Everything's gotta start somewhere, but he was the first one to really take off. I mean, not literally. It took a while, actually, before he learned how to fly.
In fact, when Clark discovered his Kryptonian heritage, he struggled to accept it and subconsciously developed mental blocks, severing him from his true power, which he would uncover throughout his life.
He's strong enough to shoulder press the weight of the Earth for 5.
Hey, I'm gonna need you guys. So I know some of this stuff for Superman. If there's something that you see, in this stream, like I'm sorry, if there's something that you see in this video, this death battle, that is objectively wrong, please. Okay, I'm going to try and adjust the audio again. I'm not talking loud tonight, like I said. I'm not like, what I was going to say was, if you find something that is objectively wrong with the Superman information, please write it in the chat. And yes, I saw the first episode of Invincible, but I have to catch up with it. I didn't get to finish it. First episode, that ending of the first episode was insane. That was fucking nuts, bro.
Days straight, or crush coal into perfectly cut diamond.
That's not how that works.
He's fast enough to reach the edge of the universe in seconds, or even break the bonds of infinity. Wait, he can do all that, but Batman can punch him out? Really?
You're probably thinking of Elseworld stories outside main canon like Dark Knight Returns.
I mean, that is true. Dark Knight Returns is outside of the main canon. I never had a problem with it. I have that book back there, bro. I love that book.
It's a good question, though. Superman's powers have fluctuated over time for a variety of reasons. However, for Death Battle, we take the characters at their best.
Yeah, like how his breath is so powerful he can sneeze away a solar system, or blow air cold enough to freeze ghosts.
Speaking of, his X-ray vision doesn't just see through walls. He can see through your own body and mind to examine your soul.
And yet, he can't see through lead. That's okay, though. He can just burn through it with his face. Since he gets his power from the yellow sun, his heat vision burns with the fire of a star. And if beams aren't enough, he can blast it out of his whole body for a super flare. It used to totally drain him, but he's learned how to control it.
Simply put, Superman's powers defy physics. My favorite examples of this are when he rebuilt the reality warping miracle machine from memory, or punched Brainiac so hard every version of him felt it through all of time.
Yeah, man. I remember some of that stuff. Right? Not all of it, though. There's a lot of history with Superman. I'm looking for anything in the chat that, like, anything that has to do with Superman. Now, but that is true, though. Like, one thing I will say, because here's the thing. They're talking about using... Thank you, Carlin Ray. Thank you for your information. They're talking about, and by the way, just so you know, I have 3 monitors. This is where the camera's at, right there. And then here's where I'm watching the death battle. Then over here's where the chat is. I have 3 monitors, so I'm looking at the chat over here. I'm still watching. I'm still talking to you, but I'm looking over here. So what I was gonna tell you was, Cosmic Armor Superman. I don't know if they're going to talk about it yet. Cosmic Armor Superman would annihilate Goku. Now, I don't know if they're going to talk about it. Some think that Superman Prime can. But I know Cosmic Armor Superman's insane. It might not really be the real OG Superman, but it doesn't matter. They said the strongest version. So if you're going to put the strongest version, which is Cosmic Armor Superman, against Capsule Corp Goku from Super Dragon Ball Heroes, that's the freaking death battle. You know what I'm saying? That's the fight. Let me get these super chats, y'all. I got a couple that just came in. From Hidden Gem Media, he says, Sega Saturn is awesome. And I don't care what anyone says. End of discussion. Who's your favorite failed mascot platformer? Mine is Gex. Well, first of all, I'm shocked that you're asking me about Sega Saturn. You know what's funny about Sega Saturn is I thought about getting one a few months ago, because there's a lot of good games on that system that never came to America. That system flopped in America, but Japan had a lot of good shit on it. Also, what I want to say is we have almost 900 people in here and only 290 likes. Let's get those likes up, man. It really does help me out. You know, I need the help this holiday season, bro. We got to get this channel going, bro. The algorithms bent me over and stuck it deep in my booty hole. And I don't like that. Hidden Gem Media goes on to say, I don't think these are the real voices of the YouTubers. Sounds like totally not Mark, and someone with smoker voice reminds me of Quaman. If you're talking about the voices in this video, I know Masako used to do Goku, but it's a different guy. I don't know who these two guys are. They're just Death Battle guys. Like, I'm not sure who they are. I could see one of them. Okay, one of them does sound like Totally Not Mark, but Totally Not Mark has an Irish accent, and this guy doesn't. Very similar voices, but not the same accent.
Or when he gained 10 years worth of medical training through only 5 minutes of reading and then successfully performed lung surgery.
Nice. My favorite example is when
I
he
never knew about the lung surgery. That's kind of cool.
smelled brownies in North Dakota from orbit.
Even beyond his powers, Superman is no novice when it comes to the intricacies of battle.
He's trained in Kryptonian martial arts, which uses chi, or as they call it, Shriar. He even got summoned to Asgard to fight demons with Thor for 1,000 years.
Superman can resist being erased from existence, such as tanking Darkseid's Omega Beams. Even Retcon and the Time Trapper, both of which hijack and alter timelines, can't touch him. Not because of his powerful mental defenses or healing factor, but because he's a cosmic linchpin in the greater metaverse.
Timelines literally revolve around him.
But let's address the S-shaped elephant in the room. You may have noticed we've covered a variety of Superman eras. Superman, and DC Comics as a whole, have gone through multiple retcons.
Golden Age, Silver Age, Pre-Crisis, Post-Crisis, New 52, Rebirth, and so on.
I went too fast there. That's true. There's a lot of reboots. DC's done a shit ton of reboots, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like more than, it feels like it's more than Marvel. You know, it feels that way. Saturn had Phantasy Star Universe. I don't think I ever played that one. I'm just reading the chat, y'all. Degis Ndinga. If I messed up your name, I'm sorry. I agree with you, actually. Again, if I fucked up your name, my bad. Degis Ndinga says, bro, are people really comparing Zeno Goku to Cosmic Armor Superman? Are y'all high? Well, if you're going to ask me if I'm high, bro, there's an answer, but I'm not going to tell you. By the way, go see Godzilla -1 high, bro. You have no... Listen, I went to go see Godzilla -1 high and in IMAX, bro. I thought the movie was going to possess my soul, bro. Every pore in my body was fucking... You have no idea, dude. I wish I could share that with you. Also, have you ever tried watching Gogeta versus Broly high? The end of Dragon Ball Super Broly? Bro... It's like a kaleidoscope, dude. It's so much. But anyways, he says Cosmic Armor Superman beat a character that can change the plot of a story. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier, that Cosmic Armor Superman would defeat Goku. Cosmic Armor Superman, I don't want to say he's a gag character. That's not fair. But he's definitely... He's the definition of what I would say is OP. When you're so strong that it's not even fun anymore. You know what I mean? When you're so strong that fighting is no longer fun, for us, the viewers, and for you, the story kind of falls apart. Let me get this super chat right here real quick. So I got 2 super chats to read. Chewy017 says, you think they'll continue with DBS after Dai? I think you mean Daima. And the answer is, I think that you're expecting Dragon Ball Super before Daima is a mistake. After Daima is over, could they start Super up again? Possibly. I hope so. I think it would depend on the health of the voice actors because Nozawa's getting up there, bro. She's getting up there. I hope so, though. Exter says, I don't really know about Superman, but doesn't he even have a martial arts background? I mean, when you're that strong, bro, and you're a fucking Kryptonian, like, I feel like... What the fuck? Like, why do you need, like, martial arts? Why do you need jujitsu? Why would you... Dog, why would you fucking learn jujitsu if you have heat ray? Unless you're doing it for sport. Why would you learn, think about it, why would you learn Superman the GOAT is funny as fuck in the chat right now, bro. I love you for that. What I was gonna say was, why would you learn martial arts, dog, if you have the ability to knock motherfuckers' heads off with your power? What's the point?
And altered timelines can't touch him. Not because of his powerful mental defenses or healing factor, but because he's a cosmic linchpin in the greater metaverse.
Timelines literally revolve around him.
But let's address the S-shaped elephant in the room. You may have noticed we've covered a variety of Superman eras. Superman, and DC Comics as a whole, have gone through multiple retcons.
Golden Age, Silver Age, Pre-Crisis, Post-Crisis, New 52, Rebirth, and so on.
It would help to know which one is...
That's the point. There's a lot, and there's Superman Prime, Cosmic Armor, the red and blue Superman. There's a lot of different variations. Don't even forget the Reign of the Supermen. Remember the Reign of the Supermen? They made it into an animated movie a couple years ago. There's more, you know, and it's difficult.
The main Superman, right? Well, they all are.
Yeah, the latest reboots basically said everything in the main series is kinda canon, even when he had wacky powers like changing his appearance with a super muscular control. Ew, I guess he can still phase through almost anything, even people.
Look, if you really dig into it, this isn't new. Plenty of characters have recalled
Thank you, Nostalgia Network, for being a member. I appreciate that.
events from supposedly retcon time like before.
Yeah, post.
By the way, guys, I'm sure many of you know this, but we are just a few weeks away from Jump Festa. And while I would not expect anything about Daima, I think we're going to get the next Dragon Ball Super manga arc. And I hope to God it doesn't fucking suck. You understand what I'm saying? I do not want the manga to suck. I want it to be good. We've been stuck in this. We have been stuck in this. I want to call it like a dead zone. You understand what I'm saying? We're like in a dead zone with Garlic Jr. beating our meat waiting for something, bro. We're stuck in like suspended animation waiting for a new arc, having to read this superhero shit. You know what I'm saying?
Crisis Soups did start as less powerful than in Pre-Crisis, but that was because of the mental blocks.
Though he's not a complete composite, there's so many other Supermen out there.
Future Superman, Big Robot Superman, Kami Superman, Dinosaur Superman. There's a bunch.
Still, this new canon has affected his abilities. For example, he and other Kryptonians can effortlessly travel through time. And while Superman's powers stem from the Earth's yellow sun,
That I did not know. I did not know that Superman can travel through time. I did not know that. Can somebody in the chat please confirm if that's true? Because I've never heard of him being able to do that. I know Flash can do it, obviously. Well, that's not true. No, wait a minute. That's bullshit. I'm a fucking moron. Superman the movie with Richard Donner. Dude, I'm fucking stupid, yo. I am a fucking moron. I completely forgot Superman the movie when he reverses time to save Lois Lane's life. Remember, he goes into space and he turns the planet backwards. I'm fucking dumb. Dude, you guys understand that Superman and Superman 2 were some of my favorite movies as a kid? You know that Superman 2, before the MCU, was one of the best, maybe the best comic book movie ever? And I forgot that he did that? Fuck, I completely forgot. Anyways, let me get to these super chats again. These Superman chats. By the way, man, leave a like. Almost 900 people, man. Leave a like for me. I appreciate it. Please. Lou Samildanak. He says, longtime DC reader here. Their research for Soups is spot on. Okay, thank you for confirming that, Lou Samildanak. Tiny things you can quibble over, but they got them right. I love both Goku and Soups. Thank you, TK Huey, for becoming a member. So what I was going to say was, that's good to know. That is good to know. Let me keep going.
sun, exposure to a blue star increases them even further. In fact, upon visiting a white star, he attained a whole new level of power.
When that old baldy Lex teleported him to another galaxy, Superman just popped back up, saying space-time has lost its meaning for him.
I want to give them credit again for their editing. Death Battle has phenomenal editing. Whoever is editing these videos for them, bro, needs to be paid like major cash, bro. You understand what I'm saying? This kind of editing, you guys understand how long it takes? How long it takes to edit a video like this?
He really just said that.
Remember, Superman defies physics.
Like when he used heat vision to restart the universe by making an all-new Big Bang.
We've seen that his universe has a radius of at least 100 trillion light years, but
That's something else I didn't know. Superman created a Big Bang with his heat vision. It's almost like a joke at this point. You know what I'm saying? It's like a joke.
we can calculate a more exact figure. The DC universe is 15 billion years old and expands at 60 trillion light years per half second. This means its radius must be over 50 nonillion light years across.
What? That's 31 zeros, and Soups helped make that happen.
Bro, that money. What the fuck? No, not money. That number, I mean. Fuck, what the hell?
Well, about 1/5 of it. That's still immense power, but if you want something bigger, here's the Anti-Monitor blasting Golden Age Superman with all the energy of the antimatter universe. And then Superman, you know,
punched him so hard it kickstarted another one of those reboots.
Now, Superman does have weaknesses. There's kryptonite, of course, and exposure to red starlight can fade his powers over time.
Not all at once. He has been able to move planets around while under a red star, so...
And everyone knows Superman can't deal with magic, but it's more accurate to say he doesn't have any special resistances to it. He's defeated plenty of magic users before, even Shazam.
Superman challenges the idea.
The issue is that, specifically with these characters, Kyle, I love you, bro. Kyle Smith, I love you right now for saying that shit. I love you. What I was gonna say was, the problem is with these characters is that, like, it's fuck, bro. Like this type of, like, okay, to be able to do shit like this, like I said, it makes it like there's no point in even fighting. Dude, if you have time travel powers and you lose the fight, you can just go back and try again. You know what I mean? Shit like that. Let me get these super chats real quick, man. We got a few more. Thank you for your generous donation. Make sure you leave a like, man. Leave a like for me. A lot of y'all are not leaving likes. Hidden Gem Media writes, I'm delighted to find out you know about the Saturn Japanese scene. Bro, I went to Japan. And they've still got Saturn games in some of the retro stores. And I mean a lot of them. The two DBZ games on Saturn are very fun. Shin Butoden, very difficult though. The AI is ruthless. Love you, Geekdom from Michigan. I was in your state in August, bro. I went to SummerSlam. Yeah, Shin Butoden is like the best. Well, not the best. I think Super Butoden 2 is the best, but Shin Butoden was probably the second best of the Butoden series because of that awesome roster. And of course, the Saturn version of Dragon Ball Z Legends, not Dragon Ball Legends, the mobile game, the original Dragon Ball Z Legends that was on PS1 and on Saturn. I believe the Saturn version has less load time. I think somebody said it was faster. So, and also same thing with X-Men vs. Superman. Like, though, I'm sorry, Superman. I'm an idiot. X-Men versus Street Fighter. All the versus Capcom games are better on the Saturn. The problem is the Saturn wasn't well marketed and the price was too high. I always wanted to get one.
idea that absolute power corrupts absolutely. He's the goodest good guy of them all, but there is nuance to being good, even if he is the ultimate power fantasy, unstoppable and incorruptible.
Such as when he took on the World Forger, one of the most powerful reality shapers in all of creation.
Who was in the sixth dimension, crafting a whole new multiverse to replace the one Clark calls home. Who's gonna stop him?
Superman could, and the Forger knew it. So he was trapped on a world with a sun so distant.
What's funny about this is it says defeated Lex Luthor, who's a human, General Zod, Doomsday, Dominus, Quantum Mechanics, World Forger, Ultraman. You realize that that's only a very small list of people that Superman's beaten? They can't fit that on here. They cannot fit all the characters that Superman has beaten. You know what I'm saying? They can't.
He could never escape.
Brainiac's been beaten, Darkseid, Despero, like list goes on.
Or so the Forger thought.
Instead, Clark found the strength he needed to...
Yo, did anybody in the chat watch the fucking... Real quick, did anyone in the chat watch the Superman cartoon, the animated series, the one that was made by Bruce Timm? Like the, remember... Do you remember that fucking badass episode where Superman beat the fuck out of Darkseid and left him on fucking on Apocalypse or whatever? Remember he beat the fuck out of him, bro, and then he left him, and then, bro, that was like the last episode, I think, right? He left him there, and he was like, you know, something. He says some. I haven't seen it in a while. He says some raw ass shit, bro. He was like, you know, rule over your kingdom. It was some fucking raw shit, bro. That series is dope, man. It might not be as good as Batman the Animated Series as far as writing goes, but I always loved that series.
To fly at that sun, dip through a ton of stars, KO the World Forger, and shatter his new multiverse with a single punch. Because that's Superman, a simple solution to overwhelming problems.
He's the kind of person to save a cat from a tree, answer Christmas cards from strangers, and tow hundreds of planets to a new galaxy all in the same day. What's not to like?
Truth and justice has no better champion than the Man of Steel.
I hope that guy's not hurting his voice doing that shit. Look, we're about to get to the battle part. I just want to say this. Based on the feats that they've told, right? Based on what we just saw, if all that information is correct, and according to some people it is, I feel like Goku is going to take an L here. Now understand, I love Goku as a character more. I actually think Goku's a far, far more interesting character than Superman is. Way more interesting. And the people who always say shit like Goku never had an arc or whatever, you've never seen Dragon Ball. Goku's had multiple arcs. You gotta pay attention. Pay attention. Or you've only seen the dub where they change shit. But the point is that Goku not being the strongest makes him more interesting. Superman being so strong kind of takes away from him unless he's facing off against somebody who can challenge him, which doesn't happen very often. So while I find Goku to be more entertaining overall for me as a reader or as a viewer, Superman, and I like Superman. This is not what, I don't live my life in black and white. I don't live my life like I have to love and hate everything. I just feel like if I have to pick between watching Dragon Ball or Superman, I'll probably watch Dragon Ball just because Goku's more interesting.
This episode of Death Battle is sponsored by BetterHelp.
Whiz, it's getting to be the holiday season again, and I just know Mama Boomstick...
I don't mind. Look, I usually would keep this going, but this is a promo, and I don't want to promote this company because they're not paying me to do it. So I'm going to fast forward that.
All right, the combatants are set. We've run the data through all possibilities.
It's time for a death battle!
Hold up. Hold up. Who the fuck made this? Who made this, bro? This is impressive. This is pretty impressive, dude. Seriously. I'm curious about how this was made. I kind of hope that they do a behind the scenes. Just the editing and how they actually made this is interesting to me. I agree. This music does not fit for me, bro.
Today's the day. We'll finally settle who's stronger.
That guy's fine, but he doesn't sound that much like Goku.
Say so.
This is pretty good, man. You know, like it's got that like Tenkaichi look to it. You know what I mean? Like, has anybody made a mod? You know how Tenkaichi 3 is like really heavily modded. Has anybody made a mod and put Superman in that fucking game? Because I feel like somebody had to have done it. You know what I'm saying?
You're holding back! Give it your all! No regrets!
I'm doing just fine.
This is pretty awesome, but I'm a little confused about why Goku's not using blue yet. Weird. I swear to God, I did not know that was coming. You have my word on that. You know I don't lie to you guys, contrary to what my haters say. I do not lie. I've never lied ever on this channel. I did not see that coming. I was over here thinking like, wait a minute, why is he not using blue? And then he uses blue. Now, Ultra Instinct. Is that next? I hope so. That's the fucking 1-inch punch, bro. I don't know about you guys, but the 1-inch punch, for me, the 1-inch punch was the best thing about Resurrection F. Like, that's the coolest moment for me. Maybe Vegeta beating up on Frieza. I know the Vegeta fans love that because it's been a long time coming, right? But the 1-inch punch, bro, I'm in the movie theater watching that fucking movie, and I think I'm the only one that recognized it, being from Bruce Lee. And then guess what happened? When the Super Anime adapted it, they fucking didn't put it in, that piece of shit. Bro, the Resurrection F arc in Super is embarrassing. I hate it, bro. Like, at any time someone wants to watch Super, bro, like, let's say I get a new chick, right? And she wants to watch Dragon Ball with me, because a lot of girls like doing that, believe it or not. I'm not going to make her watch that shit, bro. We're going to just watch Battle of Gods, the 4, like, in-between filler episodes, Resurrection F, and then pick up with Universe 6, because, fuck, dude. I do not like that version at all. That might be the worst arc in Dragon Ball, the Resurrection F Super arc. Or the Potafu arc, take your pick.
Oops. Well, I guess we can wish it back later.
World made of cardboard. All right, I'll show you just how powerful I really am.
I don't know how I feel about that Superman voice, bro. It's not bad, but I feel like it doesn't really fit him. You know?
This looks like a job for...
Wait a minute, did he crack reality right there? Let me go back. Did he fucking crack reality, bro? I mean, Goku did that too. I didn't mean to go back that far. Wait a minute. So hold on. So Superman's able to grab Ki Blast? No, I mean this is fucking crazy. This is nuts. I'm gonna give Death Battle credit, bro. This is entertaining. I really. I wish I could make something like this, bro. I think Unseen Episode 2 is gonna be close. We're fully animating some of the parts. This is good shit, though.
Oops. Well, I guess we can wish it back later.
World made of cardboard. All right, I'll show you just how powerful I really am.
So that's what that was then. Fuck, man. I didn't think they were gonna include that in there.
This looks like a job for...
It's time for Ultra Instinct. Come on, don't fuck around with this guy.
Well, what do you think?
That was awesome! Nice suit!
That is Goku. Goku's the only guy, bro, who gets beaten up and likes it and wants more. Oh, that was awesome. Let's keep going. So, I want to real quick shout out the Geekdom 101 store. You're talking about merchandise in the chat. I'm going to leave a link in there. The Geekdom 101 store, man. There's sales going on right now at Redbubble. Look at all the shit you can get, bro. The Gohan Then Now Forever shirt. You can get the Son Goku fucking Mario 3 shirt. That's a huge seller. This one right here, the Special Beast Cannon, right? Because he's about to do that shit in the manga. I have 3 Gohan shirts, bro. 3 different Gohan shirts. And look at these prices. It's 35% off right now. Do not fuck around, dude. 25% off. This Frieza one, Wreck Everyone and Leave, that's a shirt, but you can buy it as something else. The Superhero Family Classic shirt, then the Canon, these are older. And then the Gohan. And, I have 4 Gohan shirts. But anyways, check out the merchandise, dude. These shirts are exclusive to my store with custom art. And I don't care what anybody says, bro. I don't make bad shirts. I make shirts you could be proud to wear. You imagine going to some fucking place with a shirt like this one, bro, Then Now Forever. You imagine going to the anime conventions, bro. You realize if you wear this shirt, if you wear this fucking Gohan shirt, you're going to get so much fucking pussy, bro. You're going to go to a con and you're going to have fucking women. You're going to need your own security force to keep the women off of you if you wear that shirt. Combine it with some fucking Curve cologne or some shit. Don't use Cool Water, bro. You'll sound like an old Spanish man. You will fucking go nuts. Let's get back to this.
Oh, thanks. Kryptonian fabric. My mom made it for me.
Oh! There we go. This is pretty raw, bro. Real shit. This is pretty raw, bro. I'm going to rewind that part. I mean, okay. UI Goku beating up on Superman, it's not that crazy to believe. It really isn't. And the way they did it was cool.
This looks like a job.
Sorry, I went back too far again. My fault. My fault. I actually wanted to go right. It's so fast.
Finally.
Finally!
Hold on, before we go any further. Did Superman just go into the sun, bro? Did Superman just go into the fucking sun? If he goes into the sun, bro, Goku might be in deep shit now. You know what I mean? It looks like he went directly into the sun. Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Time out. Goku is stacking Kaioken on top of Ultra Instinct. Wait a minute. By the way, I have to pause it, guys. I don't want to get copyright struck. Just to let you know that. I'm pausing it because I do not want to get copyright striked. Please understand that. I don't want to deal with copyright from Screw Attack or whatever, Death Battle. What I was going to tell you was, I don't think, okay, hold on. I don't think that stacking Kaioken on UI actually works. You know what I mean? I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But the way that Ultra Instinct works where your body's reacting on its own, I'm not sure if Kaioken would actually work. Now, if they can have it make sense, go for it. Let me get this super chat real quick, y'all. Degus and Dinga. I'm so sorry I messed up your name, bro. I know I did. You gotta watch Broly vs. Hulk and Frieza vs. Megatron, both just as good as this episode. Then Lou Samildanach. Man, these names are hard. Press left, right arrow to move 5 seconds. Oh, you mean like, oh, you mean when I'm, okay, when I'm going through? Yeah. Right, okay. Well, let's go, hold on, let's go back 5 seconds. Oh, shit. You know what? I appreciate it, bro. I've been doing YouTube for fucking 9 years and I still don't fucking understand this shit. I got motherfuckers in the comments showing me how to do YouTube, bro. Oh, let's get back to it. I'm not big on the music.
Finally!
I agree, Jeremy. What the hell's going on?
Huh?
Ah, darn it.
Almost had me there. That was actually pretty fun.
Yeah, it sure was.
Wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. Time out. Superman just killed Goku? Is that why he has the halo? Like, did Superman just kill the motherfucker? I mean, Augusto Day 9000. Yes, he can, but not with UI that we know of. They shattered reality. That's what somebody says. Superman wins. The thing is, though, look. This is not about whether or not you like Dragon Ball more than DC, or whether or not you like Superman more than Goku as characters. But as far as I know, and I'm not a DC expert, when Superman goes into the moon, the sun, and gathers up all that yellow energy, it would make sense that he'd be able to beat Goku. Now, if there's somebody in the chat that knows something more, I would love to hear it from you guys. I really would. but it feels like Superman going into the sun is what made the difference. He's literally absorbing that solar energy in every pore of his body. I get it. I get it. We're talking about Superman here.
But I'll be stronger next time.
I look forward to it.
Let's go again.
You're on.
Oh, isn't that cute?
KO! That's it! The final, indisputable answer! Who am I kidding? People are gonna argue this one forever.
There's so many ways this battle could go, especially with all the other continuities.
Yeah, for real, Goku would kick almost every other Superman's ass, except for the main one.
There's a lot to cover, so let's address the 5 categories most representative of this fight.
Okay. You know that guy who's talking sounds like Scott from Team 4-Star? Kaiser and Echo? Carlos, I agree with you in the chat. Super going into the sun and still gets his ass beat. Well, who beat his ass? Oh, you're right, Jeremy. He does go into like 5 suns. You're right about that. That is true. I know it's Ultra Instinct, bro. I get it, but Superman, like DC and Marvel Comics are over the top with their godlike powers, bro. And I actually do agree that Goku would beat up a lot of fucking Supermen. A lot of the different Supermen throughout history, he beat him up. But after he goes to the fucking 5 suns or whatever, shit. You know?
First up, strength. Both could hit hard enough to break or make their whole universe, or take it in stride, like when Superman got smacked by the whole antimatter universe.
At most, Dragon Ball's universe is 1,505 times larger than our own. But based on the DC Universe's officially established age and rate of expansion, it is 1.6 vigintillion times larger. Over a novemdecillion times more.
What the fuck is vigentillion and noventazillion, bro? It's almost like they're making it up. It feels like they're making up bullshit. I'm sure it's a real number, bro. When you get past like trillion or quadrillion, that's where I start getting lost. You know? 1,000, million, billion, trillion, quadrillion, that's when I start getting lost. I know there's like decamillion or whatever. I think that's 10, right? Something like that.
More than Goku's.
At some point, you reach a number high enough that it just doesn't mean anything anymore. Anyway, Goku's obviously gotten stronger since the Beerus fight, even by billions or trillions of times. He's defeated Jiren, Broly, Moro, and Fu.
But even if we highball Goku...
Wait a minute, Broly? Goku defeated Broly in the first Broly movie in Z. Goku did not beat Broly in Dragon Ball Super Broly. Goku couldn't beat him. They had to fuse to make Gogeta. Unless he's talking about the old Broly. That's different.
By quadrillions or quintillions of times, the gap is just too much. Especially with the World Forger feat. Not even Heroes competes with that. Superman takes the edge in strength.
But strength isn't everything. Let's talk speed. Both are obviously way faster than light, but
Hold on, I want to show you something.
Superman takes the edge in...
But Superman strength isn't everything. Let's talk speed. Both are obviously way faster.
Alright. Has anybody ever watched this scene where Goku's gathering energy for the Genki Dama to kill Majin Buu? Has anybody watched this scene and thought that looks like sperm? Doesn't that look like fucking sperm, bro, flying? Am I the only one who thinks that, bro? Is Toriyama trying to tell us something, bro? What is Toriyama trying to say by having energy in the shape of sperm? What hidden secret meaning is Toriyama trying to get us to understand here? What deep philosophy? What deep philosophical reference? Where's Jordan at? Jordan's not doing well right now, but when he gets better, I'm going to ask him, what constitutes the sperm bomb? Somebody else in the chat called it the sperm bomb.
faster than light, but Superman crossed that mega-sized universe of his in seconds and flew faster than infinity.
Makes sense, he can keep up with the Flash, whose speed is so ludicrous it's unquantifiable.
Don't count Goku out, though. Flying across the entire afterlife in base form and outspeeding Eos's future sight takes some crazy speed.
Fighting Zamasu as an omnipresent merged timeline also implies immeasurable speeds.
That, combined with instant transmission and Ultra Instinct, could probably keep up.
Maybe. Quantifiably,
This guy in the chat said, I see beyond the veil. I see beyond the veil. Bro, I need to steal that line, bro. That's the question that someone who's high would ask. Well, are you saying Toriyama's high? You think Toriyama was high writing the entire manga? Remember, weed is illegal in Japan. You cannot get caught with weed in Japan. They'll arrest you. When I went to Japan, I snuck weed in. It's a true story, bro. It's a true story. I swear to God, I snuck weed in, bro. I snuck it in. I told him it was medicine. And I was fucking, bro, I was feeling so good in Tokyo, bro. I was feeling so good. Next time I go to Japan, I'm going to stay at the Godzilla Hotel. The one where it's Godzilla's head. I open, you go inside his mouth and shit. That's pretty gay, but I don't care. I'll stay there, bro. Bro, please tell me that you've seen Godzilla -1. If you are a foreigner and you don't have the movie in your country, book a flight, motherfucker. Anyways, let me get to this fucking question right here. TK Hui TK. Are you Tony Khan, bro? He says, make sure you leave a like, man. 900 people and half of the likes? Come on, man. Help me out. I don't do anything bad to y'all. I give you free videos every other day. All right, anyways, he says, Superman never flew faster than infinity. So is that what they said and that's not in the comics? Is that what you're saying? Like, is that what you're saying?
Superman is faster, but both are immeasurable. The safest bet here is to say they tie in speed.
Especially when we look at skill. Goku's a martial arts master. He's definitely got better battle instincts. He wants to fight and is dedicated to his training, while Superman sees training as a means to an end.
Superman's knowledge in pressure point combat and Kryptonian martial arts are impressive, but he's only...
What the fuck is Kryptonian martial arts? Can somebody in the chat tell me that if that's real or not? What is Kryptonian martial arts? I've never heard that before. Again, why would you need martial arts if you're Superman? All you gotta do is go to the sun, bro, and swallow some of that fucking sun energy, bro. Goku has gotten, hold on. Thank you, Gaming Hub UK. Yeah, it was fun. I wouldn't call it animation, but it was fun. Dimitri says Goku has gotten trillions of times since the Beerus fight. I wouldn't say trillions. I agree with you. I don't think it's trillions. The martial arts on his birth planet, Tokwazum Vo and Tokwazum Rao, are the two that Superman learned. Bro, that almost sounds made up, bro. Listen, I don't know anything about that shit. Torquazum Vo and Torquazum Rao, bro. Is that gonna be in the next Pokemon game, bro? Torquazum Ro and Torquazum Rao? No, you're right, Vegabite. You're right about that. It's still weird though, you know what I mean? But you make a good point. No, I know they don't have those powers in their planets because of the yellow sun of the earth. I know that. Hold on a minute. Torquazum Rao, Torquazum Vo, Klurkor, and Horu Kanu. Hold on, I'm reading that right now, bro. Hold up. Torquazum Rao, Torquazum Ro, Klukor, and Horu Kanu. Who the fuck named this shit, bro? Who named this shit, bro? It's like I'm gonna write a comic book, bro, and I'm gonna have my guy learn fucking. He's gonna learn the ancient martial arts of Zach Zuel, and then he's gonna figure out how to do Zweep. Like, what the fuck are these? Torquasm Row, bro. It's like how in Star Wars the Jedi have all these different like fucking styles, but at least that makes sense, bro. That's fucking. I'm gonna have my character learn lip la blah, like fucking make up some shit, bro. That's not me. That's the 21 Savage. That's the martial arts of Krypton, bro. Torquasm Rao. That's what somebody told me. They sound like lightsaber techniques. That was my point, yeah.
Only use them a few times. It
I'm Torquasming, right.
would be disingenuous to say he's an equivalent master at them.
So Goku wins in skill, but not necessarily in experience.
Don't get it wrong, Superman is not a mindless brawler. He's trained with Batman and Wonder Woman. He's even defeated martial arts experts like Cobra without powers.
Goku has spent decades
I'm sure Goku would fuck up Cobra, bro. You know Goku would fuck up Cobra.
training, but Superman battled Norse demons for 1,000 years.
He's also astonishingly brilliant, like when he reassembled the reality warping miracle machine from memory.
Yeah, dude, that reality warping shit, Goku can't do shit like that, bro. Like, look, I'm gonna be real with you. If you're coming to this stream so that I can sit here and say that Superman is a bitch and he's weaker than Goku, I'm not gonna lie to you about that. The fucking reassembling of the universe shit, like, Goku can't do shit like that, bro. Goku is bound by a lot of laws of physics. He breaks some of them. Now, Arale is a different story. Did you know Arale not only cracked the fucking manga panel, Arale once broke the film. Arale, I have the episode of Dr. Slump. She fucking broke the film and the animator had to tape it back together, bro. She transcended the fucking film and the animation, bro. She could take Superman.
Experience obviously goes to Superman, but perhaps less obvious is our last category, powers.
Yeah, bro.
Hey, Spirit Bomb, Mafuba, Instant Transmission, God Key, God Bind. How does Goku not win with those?
In Dragon Ball, Ki is dependent on physical ability, so it's different from magic. God Ki is simply pure Ki, and magic—
Right, Ki and magic are not the same thing, bro. In Dragon Ball, the magicians of Dragon Ball are usually guys like Babidi, Bibidi, the Warlocks. Those are the guys that understand magic.
On physical ability, so it's different from magic. God Ki is simply pure Ki, and magic isn't an auto win against Superman anyway, whose greater strength could break out of something like the God Bind.
Mafuba and the Spirit Bomb would take way too long, and Goku's never successfully used Hakai before.
Not to mention that Mafuba is not going to work on Superman, not just because of his speed, but because Mafuba is the demonic containment wave. And it was called the evil containment wave in the dub, but the real name of it is demon containment wave. That move works on evil people, and Superman's not evil. So the best hope Goku has is to hit him with the Hakai. But he's never successfully Hakai'd anybody, bro. Even Vegeta didn't really do it, not yet.
Would take way too long, and Goku's never—
Hold on. Diddy Squash says, Torquasm Vo focuses on mental discipline. Torquasm Rao is about separate himself from his body to prevent mind control and can fight on the astral plane. Jesus Christ, bro. When did Mafuba work on a good person? I don't remember that. When did Roshi used it in Tournament of Power? Yeah, but was that person actually good? Yeah, and Wariyashu Boy is correct. Remember, Piccolo was able to do the reverse Mafuba. Now, I'm not saying that Superman can do that. I just don't think it's going to work. Okay, so let me get to these super chats real quick, yo, all right? Give me 1 second. All right, let me answer these questions. So Supra Star DC says, at the end of the day, this is some good entertainment. Also enjoying the stream. We'll see Godzilla tomorrow. You know what, bro? Guys, I'm going to check right now. I'm going to see if Godzilla's showing. Right now, I'm going to check and see if Godzilla's showing. I got naked pictures. No, I'm kidding. I don't have naked pictures. I know you're accusing me of being high, bro. I'm all right. I'm all right. All right, let's see here. Beyonce. The Boy and the Haran. You know what? I want to see that shit, bro. That's Miyazaki. Miyazaki's good. Oh, shit. Hold up. It's in IMAX. What the fuck? I didn't know they were doing this in IMAX. Okay, let's see Godzilla -1. Okay. They got a showing at 2:20, 5:25, 8:30. Yes, I might go see it again, motherfucker. That is today. Let's see, tomorrow, same times. All right, that's Tuesday, Wednesday, same thing. No IMAX anymore, unfortunately, but you know, what can you do? All right, so it's playing on Thursday. What about Friday? Oh, shit, it's still playing on Friday. Yo, it's playing on Friday at 1:20. I might actually go to that. Saturday. Oh, it's still playing on Saturday. Dude, please keep it in the fucking theater, bro. Please keep this movie in the theater, bro. Listen, I know as Dragon Ball fans, we don't like things with the word minus in them. You know what I'm saying? Are you following me? But this is good. So they got showings all the way until Sunday. And Monday they still do as well. Oh my God. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. Thank God in heaven, bro. Whatever God you believe in. Not Zilla. Read what Jordan said. Where did he say it, bro? What did Jordan say? Hold on, let me finish the video. Let me finish this video.
Successfully used Hakai before. Even if he did land it, Superman's impossible to erase from reality. Like, he's tanked Omega Beams, which do the same thing as Hakai.
Superman can time travel, countering instant transmission similar.
See, I don't know about that because from what I understand, and I could be wrong, the Omega Beams, I could be wrong about this. I'm not going to sit here and claim to be an expert when I don't know. The Omega Beams kill you, but do they actually remove you from reality? I thought they just kill you. Because I feel like the Hakai is stronger than... I think the Hakai is stronger than the fucking Omega Beams. But maybe I'm wrong. Full power Hakai is nuts, bro. Omega Beams are stronger. They're actually more powerful than Hakai as far as I'm aware. Really? See, that's the thing. I never knew that. You know, like I said, I'm not going to come in here and pretend like I know. That's why y'all are here. I've read DC. I've got Kingdom Come back there. No, I'm not talking about that, you perverts. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the Alex Ross Kingdom Come comic, which is a fucking phenomenal DC story. I've got that back there. Omega Beams can travel through time. Oh, shit. Yeah, the Hakai can't travel through time, bro. I actually never knew that about the Omega Beams, dude. Bro, you know what I would do if I had Omega Beams, bro? I would go back in time and kill all my enemies' parents so they're never born. I know what you're thinking. Why don't you just kill the enemies? Because, bro, I want them to suffer first. Anyways, let's get back to this episode, bro. I appreciate, by the way, I really appreciate you guys' information. Like, I really do. Seriously, I really appreciate all the comments right now. Darkseid sent Batman through time. Bro, fuck those Omega beams, dog. Fuck those Omega beams, bro.
Teleporting him to a red star, ignoring the fact that Saiyans can't breathe in space, though Goku's certainly tough enough to withstand a vacuum. Instant transmission requires another person to act as a beacon. He can't just warp.
Not always. They're not 100% correct on that. When it comes to when it comes to instantaneous movement, Ultra Instinct, this is where the master will speak now. I might be a white belt when it comes to DC, but I sure as fuck am a black belt 8th degree or 100th degree when it comes to Dragon Ball. Instantaneous movement, you don't have to necessarily have power. If Goku has been to a location multiple times, nobody can be there and he will know how to track it when he concentrates. Not to mention he can do it in the middle of battle to fuck up his opponent's rhythm. So yes, you have to have power as a beacon to have him come to you. But if he's been to a location that he's familiar with, you don't have to have that. We see that multiple times in Dragon Ball Z.
To any red star.
Even if he did, Superman could simply fly away and find a...
Hold on, let me read this. Greater martial arts mastery, that doesn't mean shit if you're fighting Superman. More varied techniques doesn't mean shit if you're fighting Superman. Better mobility via instant transmission, that's true. Limited ki energy, that's true. Ultra instinct is similar to theta state. I don't know what that is. Potentially similar speeds. Okay. For Superman, far greater strength, more experience, higher intelligence, superior stamina with sunlight. Yeah, but if he doesn't have sunlight, it's a different story. Counters most of Goku's techniques, limited martial arts mastery, the theta state similar to Ultra Instinct, potentially similar speeds. Oh, theta state was... Okay, I know what that is now. I've never heard it called theta state. There's a video of Godzilla conquering and ultimately killing God. What the fuck, bro?
blue or white star for a supercharge.
And Goku
I'm
cannot
starting to think you guys are high. I'm starting to think all of you are high.
pull off the same trick twice, as Superman could phase through his attacks.
So, that's it then. Clark has too many counters, so he takes the edge in powers and it's over.
Well, I think there's something else. Goku versus Superman breaches a broader zeitgeist. It's more than just two characters fighting. For a whole generation, especially in 90s America, superheroes represented an unyielding status quo. Spider-Man, Batman, Captain America rarely change who they are or what they believe in. For a lot of people, that's tiring, and Superman...
Danny, have you not seen the comic where Godzilla literally goes to hell? No, I haven't. I don't read that many comics, bro. Carlos said, I'm rolling up enjoying your video. When you say rolling up, are you talking about like... Look, I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about. Like, you know, and then... Is that what we're talking about right now? Is that what you mean by rolling up? Tune in Tokyo, tune in Tokyo. We used to go to fucking Godzilla v Superman. Bro, we used to, in college, when I was in college, when there was like a hot chick that would, bro, this is going to get me canceled, but I don't give a fuck. When I was in college, me and my friend Derek, every time a hot girl walked by, we'd go, tune in Tokyo, tune in Tokyo. Fuck, that's embarrassing. Whatever.
is an icon of that. Then along came anime. There was a whole other world of ideas and stories for us sheltered Westerners to experience, and Goku's an icon of that. So while many see this as a debate between characters, others see it as a debate of ideologies and culture. And if that's what's at stake...
I'm in Tokyo right now. I envy you, bro. I envy you. I wish I was in Tokyo. I hope you guys know that Tokyo is my favorite city in the world. I love Tokyo. If weed was legal, I would move to Tokyo. That's my shit.
Who wants Goku to lose?
You're sure you're not overthinking this?
It's not our intent, but it does call into question what we're doing. How can people agree with what we take as fact when fiction relies on interpretation? Are we stripping characters of their importance by simplifying them to contestants in a vacuum of violence?
Okay, wait, time out what this guy's saying. This guy's like saying, okay, They're over here. Okay, they're over here trying to backtrack almost. Is anybody else getting that vibe? That they're trying to backtrack a little bit? They're saying, oh, well. They're like saying, well, you know, it's fiction. It's like, no, motherfucker. If you do calculations and you really believe that Superman can beat Goku, then just fucking say it. You know what I mean? Like, don't worry about, look, the reality is, let me hit y'all with the reality. As a YouTuber or as a public figure, you're going to piss people off. There's things I've said that have pissed people off. Not everyone's going to like you. That was the mistake I made years ago. I came into this thing thinking everyone was going to like me because of who I am as a person. That's not how it works, bro. People just don't like other people for whatever reason. It could be real. It could be something they did wrong or not. But if I were these guys, I would have just said, yeah, we calculated it and it's fucking Superman. I get it. I'm a Dragon Ball fan. I'm not going to be one of these guys who's like going to defend Dragon Ball from DC because they're not competitors. Especially since Dragon Ball Superhero made money and Aquaman 2 is about to lose a lot of it, bro. So that's a W for Dragon Ball. That is a W. That's a W for Dragon Ball, bro. Dragon Ball Super Broly and Dragon Ball Superhero made money, but The Flash and Aquaman 2, bro, and that sucks because I want to see Aquaman 2. I like Jason Momoa, but fuck, man. I don't know about Amber Heard, but I like Jason Momoa. Let me get to the super chat right here, y'all. First of all, Extra says, would have Goku won if he used an instant transmission with a full power Kamehameha? Possibly, but I don't think it would have killed Superman. SDSM Gaming says, look up the video of Godzilla beating up the DC universe in the new comic book. Well, who made the video? Like, I'm going to need to see who that is, bro. Let me look at the other screen. Hold on. Kamehameha. Possibly, but you know what? I am sounding a little bit low, bro. A little bit. Oh, you're talking about the Variant Comics video? Oh, there's a fucking Comics Explained video too. You know what? I might put that on. Guys, I might put that on after this. We might watch that after this, y'all. Let's get there. Let's get there. Hold on. We're almost done.
And if so, then what's the point?
Because it's fun, Wiz. Damn it, man.
The point is to get views and make money. Don't lie to Death Battle. Don't lie to us. Let me tell y'all a secret about YouTubers, bro. Y'all should know this. Y'all should know I don't lie to you. I know a lot of these motherfuckers behind the scenes. Anytime somebody tells you it's not about money or it's not the money, trust me, it's the money. Trust me when I tell you. It's not just the money, but if somebody says, oh, I upload every day because I'm passionate about it, yeah, that may be true, but if you weren't making any money, you wouldn't have time to. You'd have to go get another job. Trust me when I tell you this, bro. This is a business for all of us, including Death Battle. So them doing this, they knew they were going to get clicks. They knew they were going to get eyeballs. I'm one of them. I'm fine with it because the video was pretty well edited.
There's more than
Very well edited.
one way to appreciate something. We're having a great time talking about awesome characters and slamming action figures together. And that's okay.
Yeah, you're right.
I agree with you, Highest Order. I agree with you, and I love the fact that you said that. I love you for saying that.
I'm just saying, no matter who you prefer, that battle was super, man.
That's the worst pun.
What? It fits them both.
It's so lame.
I don't see you doing any better.
I do the math. The pun's your job.
Well, maybe if you math as good as I punned, then Goku would have won.
What is wrong with you?
Hi, I'm Ben, the voice of Wiz. Thank you so much for watching. We
Wiz?
are about to announce the next episode, but before we do that, if you're not a Death Battle member yet, click that join button below. See what you're missing.
Not bad. I think this was better done than the first one. You know what I mean? The first one I didn't like. The second one I had some problems with. This one was done very well. I think this is pretty good. This is pretty fucking good, bro. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna put on the comics explained. Well, first I'm gonna get super chat questions going. Hold on. I love Rob. Let me get these super chats, okay? Let me answer these questions. Give me one moment. Okay. TK Hui TK says, read this. I'm just gonna call you TK. Read the specific DC comic DB mentioned. 4 major things they said are objectively false. Read the specific comic yourself so you know the truth. You're gonna have to tell me what comic that is, bro. Kawaii number 12. I'm gonna need to know what that is. Hidden Gem Media says you should collaborate with Sega Lord X and deconstruct the Dragon Ball Z games on Sega Saturn. I love Sega Lord X, bro. I love that guy. There's only one problem with your idea. I love your idea. Only one problem. I don't have a Sega Saturn. So he could probably do it on his own. But I love Sega Lord X. I'm actually a big fan of his videos. Hidden Gem Media said, to be honest, I was going into the video thinking it was going to be cringe, but it was not that bad. Only the music was eye gouging. I agree. The music is not what I would have done, but it was fine. All right, let's watch this Godzilla Superman thing because I haven't seen this yet.
Godzilla.
By the way, go see Godzilla -1.
And it is dope. Check this out. So basically this opens up with like Superman flying to meet Godzilla. And the question's got to be asked, why are they even fighting in the first place? To sum this up in like 10 seconds, because you guys don't really care all that much, basically the Legion of Doom, like the anti-Justice League in DC Comics, was doing some shenanigans and accidentally brought Godzilla and
By the way, I love Rob, bro. Rob's a good dude.
Kong and a whole bunch of kaiju into the main DC universe.
I've done collabs with him. I've done a couple, actually. I was on his channel for the How Strong is Jiren video, and he was on my channel for the, I did a video called Can Goku Wield Thor's Hammer, and he was on it.
Like it matters. Godzilla could just material.
Wait, hold on. Crisis on Infinite Earth issue 12. TK, that's the one you're talking about that you want me to read? Let me write that down, bro. So, but TK, should I read the entire run? You're almost telling me to skip all the way to 12. Should I not read it from the beginning, in your opinion? Where can I get that Ed and Eddie shirt? Okay, I got bad news for you, bro. You can't. I got this at Cartoon Network headquarters in Atlanta, Georgia. Jamie Snowden, who's in the chat right now, was with me. That place closed down, CNN Center. He got his shirts. I got this one from CNN Center, like from the place they used to make Ed, and Eddie. T. Schroff says to read the whole thing. So just get the whole Crisis on Infinite Earths. Okay, I've got the original Crisis on Infinite Earths back there. So
Realize out of thin air and we would be fine. Anyway, Godzilla just arrives in Metropolis. Now, the cool thing about this, right? Like, once Superman sees him, he's like, okay, I don't know if you can understand me or even be reasoned with at all, but your presence is a danger to the people of Metropolis, and we can't have that. So let's take whatever this is somewhere else. And Godzilla just kind of looks at it, right? And rightfully so, because it's like Godzilla. It's not like he doesn't understand. It's more just like, are you worth my time, guy in red pajamas, underwear, right? Like, should I waste my time with you? But then, like, as Superman...
But the Godzilla and -1 would have already tried to kill him.
Continues to talk. Godzilla starts to fire up that atomic breath, right? Now, he doesn't even get the breath off. He doesn't even get, like, the atomic blast off, right? Superman's like, I know what's coming. Pow! Right? Just, like, cold cocks this guy. Just boom! But it's not enough to knock him out, right? Because, like, it's literally like, okay, the fight is on, right? Like, the battle's on, right? Superman...
So if Godzilla beats Superman, that means that Godzilla can beat Goku, right? Is that what that means?
comes swooping back into the offense, boom, gets smacked by Godzilla's tail, gets sent flying through a building, only for the Flash to show up and just be like, hey man, so like, do you need any help? Now, because the Flash can just like run really fast, and if you were to just like throw some ice on the ground, he would basically be donezo. There's only so much he can do, which is kind of like help people evacuate the area. And so what this is it leads to like the rest of the Justice League responding. You get Wonder Woman, you get Supergirl, which is really dope, Hal Jordan, the Green Lantern, and then you get like Hawk Girl, who's kind of cool sometimes, I guess, and then you get like Green Arrow,
I guess.
Oliver Queen. I don't even know what he's gonna do. It's like when Hawkeye was in the Avengers movie. Like, I mean, cool, I guess it's awesome that you're here, but like at the end of the day, what are you gonna do aside from like trying to shoot Loki and then basically failing spectacularly? But like everybody else shows up, right? Like the rest of the league shows up. But that's when you start to realize the scale of what's going on. Now, some of these things I recognize and some of them I don't, right? You got like a giant spider that's over there in Central City. You got a woolly mammoth that's in Themyscira. Of course, you got Godzilla
Why are there like random monsters popping up everywhere, bro?
in Metropolis.
Why don't you do DBZ fan anime reviews? I've done reactions on a couple of them. They're more reactions than reviews. This is kind of like that, I guess. We're just watching this Godzilla thing.
Hell's bells, they even got a giant bat in Gotham City, right? I mean, just so on the nose, DC, right? I mean, you can tell they're having a blast writing this. And so at this point, like, you basically have like the Bat family that responds, right? Like Batman, Robin, Jason Todd, Nightwing. You get Batgirl, Barbara Gordon, who's kind of cool. And even like Cyborg says he's gonna show up, which I guess Rahoo, right? Like the Justice League's very own walking, talking iPhone is going to save the day, I guess. And then like Black Canary shows up. Now, I would make fun of Black Canary here, but she actually had
He's having a good time on this video, bro. I wonder if he took any substances. You know what I'm saying? He's having a great time on this one.
as a dope moment in this story. It's ridiculously cool, right?
Listen, bro, if you're a fan of anime, which everybody in the chat is, if you're a fan of good movies, if you're a fan of manly shit and family stories, go see Godzilla -1. You have my word. You have my word that you will not regret it. Especially if you can get it on IMAX. If you can see it on IMAX, you will not regret it.
So at that point, what you end up getting here is Superman, who basically goes back on the offense with like Godzilla. And then you have like Hawk Girl who shows up and like tries to pummel this guy as best she can. But one of the funny things about this is they learn incredibly fast. Godzilla is extremely fast, right? Much faster than he appears to be. And of course, given his size and his just durability, he's incredibly strong as well. Now, before we get to the Superman segment, we actually end up jumping over to like Gotham City with the giant bat, because this section is pretty awesome, right? You of course have Kate, Batwoman, who's here. Do not let her fool you, man. Batwoman is amazing. I love Batwoman in DC Comics right now.
In the comics, not in that horrible show.
She's never been cooler than she is right now in DC Comics. It's pretty solid. But for the most part, they don't really know exactly how to handle this kind of situation. And it makes perfect sense. It's one of the
Thou's Anarchy's talking about how big the DC universe is. No, I mean DC and Marvel are way bigger than Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball competing with those characters, with the high level ones, doesn't really make much sense other than like making videos out of it. You know what I mean? Let me get to the super chat right here from Hidden Gem Media. He says, Japan really out there giving us peak hidden gems in media this year. Godzilla -1, Super Mario Wonder. Well, I don't think that's a hidden gem, bro. That was pretty well promoted. Then 100 girlfriends who really love you. All have impressed. 100 girlfriends, bro. Listen, if you have 100 girlfriends, I respect you, bro. I respect you if you have 100 girlfriends. That's a lot of trim, bro. That's a lot of trim. I don't know how you can keep up, bro. You better be a rich man. So I was going to say that Mexican... Wait, who's that guy? Hold on a second. Mexican drug lord. How do you like my drugs, Geekdom? They're great, bro. Thank you. They're great. Just don't sneak into our country from the bottom border, bro. Don't sneak in here, bro. Keep it over there. Keep it over there. Yeah, there was a Batwoman show that everybody hated. It was like woke or something. I don't know. I don't know. But the point I was gonna make with oh yeah, listen to what I'm gonna tell you right now. If you are 100 Grovers is an actual anime. Oh, is it? That's like yesterday when I said, "Hey, have you ever seen Your Name?" And he's like, "My name is Sean." My dad's money makes me feel rich. What are you, Tony Khan? Oh, fuck. No, listen. Everybody watching this right now, if you are and have been impacted by anything from Japan, whether it be a movie, an anime show, a video game, let's not forget that about 80% of the video games you play are from Japan. Mario Wonder's from Japan. Street Fighter, Tekken, all these games were made in Japan. GTA was not. But the Dragon Ball games were made in Japan. Japan has given us so much entertainment throughout the years that it makes me feel fucked up that they had to deal with that fucking atomic bomb. It's fucked. Yeah, it was a long time ago, but these people have entertained us. These Japanese people have entertained us for years. Go see Godzilla -1 as a thank you. Let's get the attention on this movie up. I know I'm not being paid by Toho. Godzilla -1 made me very emotional to the point where I did a video on this channel about it. If it's playing nearby, even if you have to drive an hour, go see it, because after seeing this movie, it's creeping up in my top list of greatest films of all time for me. It's going to hit the top 20, maybe even top 15, because that's how good it is. And if you've seen it, you already know. If you haven't seen it, you may be a little skeptical. When you see it, it'll make sense to you. And yes, it's better than Spider-Verse. I know that's controversial, and I loved Spider-Verse. That was my number one this year. Spider-Verse and Oppenheimer were tied for number one. Now it's Godzilla -1, and then they're both tied for number 2.
The reasons why I love this, if it came to like Two-Face, right, Solomon Grundy, any of those guys, that like the Bat family would more or less know how to handle that, because like they faced them over and over again. A gigantic bat that quite literally looks like it flew out of hell is not something that they face off against
Mike, I love
regularly.
you for that.
Not only that,
Mike,
it's
man,
got a
Stevie.
sonic scream. So like it's enough to actually take out the bat wings that they have. Now, while all this is going on, of course, collateral damage, right? Like debris falling on people and all that kind of stuff. And because I cannot be a superhero in the sense that I'd be like, hey, look, man, I mean, it sucks to be you guys, debris falling.
Jake Wheeler, you're right. Japan did start it, but that was a little bit over the top, in my opinion. I understand why they did it. I get it, but it was very over the top, and it makes me feel bad for them. Genuinely.
On you. I don't know what to tell you, right? We got like more important things to focus on than that. The Bat family decides to be superheroes, and they more or less go around trying to rescue people where they can, when they can. Anybody who's been a part of this channel long enough will tell you, I would be a villain. If I got powers, I would absolutely be a bad guy. But you get this amazing moment with Jason Todd. Now, Jason Todd, for those of you guys who are unfamiliar with his character, he is very much this just kind of vigilante, I don't mind killing people type of guy, right? Kind of the antithesis to Batman, right? Where Batman's like,
I like Jason Todd. I like him.
Sure, we could kill the Joker and spare untold lives that the Joker will probably end at some point in the future, but I cherish my no-killing rule. I don't care how many men, women, and children have to die in order for me to keep it. And so what ends up happening is like they tell Jason Todd, do not pull the trigger, because he's there with probably the biggest and most amazing gun that I've ever seen. And he's got like this just...
No, man. The best gun is the ultimate nullifier. I know it's not really a gun, but it is.
This giant thing in his...
They should do Goku versus the ultimate nullifier. No.
Sights. And he's like, all I have to do is pull the trigger, man, and it's donezo. But to their credit, the concern of the Bat family is, if you shoot this thing, 1, we don't know if you'll kill it. And 2, if you do, we don't know where it's gonna land. What happened?
King Shadow said Animal Man humiliates Superman. One of my exes used to call me Animal Man, bro. But the joke's on her because she was really hairy down there, bro. You know what I'm saying? She had a big bush. But let me tell you a secret. When I was done with her, bro, there wasn't a single hair left. That's so nasty, bro. That is so. Don't clip that out. Do not clip that out. Do not clip.
What happens if it lands on like a skyscraper and kills thousands of people, right? Like, is that really worth the risk? But in the mind of Jason Todd, it's if we don't kill it, thousands of people are going to die anyway, right? So, I mean, hey, you know, like 6 in one hand, half a dozen in the other, right? Might as well just take this thing out. And so what he ends up doing is firing off the shot against the objections of everybody. Batman, Nightwing, the whole 9 yards. He fires it off. It doesn't kill him. His whole area gets blasted. He survives. But then they just kind of start screaming at him for what it was that he did. But while this is going on, right, Cyborg arrives just in time, right?
Please tell me you just shaved it. No, man, I ate it. That's the point. That was the joke. That was the joke, that I ate it, bro. I can tell some of you guys have never been around Spanish people. Some of you have. Some of you are Spanish people. This is how we talk, bro. Bomba Killer 69. I'm just trying to entertain you, dude. I'm trying to entertain you here at 4 in the morning. That's all I'm trying to do. Don't take anything I say seriously. President C4 licked the plate clean. Yeah. It's not that serious, bro. Please.
Like the iPhone arrives just in time. I'm gonna start calling him iPhone from right now. And he shows up and basically puts together what is in effect a sonic amplifier for Black Canary.
Hold on. Look at that beautiful desktop background right there, bro. Look at that beautiful desktop background. I don't know if you can see it because it might not work. Look at that beautiful desktop background.
Because what they're going to do is they're going to just like jerry-rig this thing to a Batwing and fly up and use it. And it's amazing because like when they do, they kind of get the
I don't know which Godzilla it is. They haven't explained it.
attention of like this giant bat. And that's when they make their move, right? They literally go flying up to this thing. Black Canary screams into the sonic amplifier, like in this thing's face, right? And just completely and totally overwhelms it and seemingly either knocks it unconscious or kills it. We're not really given a definitive answer here, but that's when you jump back over to Superman and Godzilla alongside Hawkgirl. And the fight between these guys, man, it is knockdown, drag out, because Superman's real.
I think -1 is your favorite movie. It's my favorite movie right now. Like, you know, that's what I'm into right now. You know that I forced you to go fucking see it, and you cried like a hoe. My favorite one was Meteos, bro. Meteos is like 8 foot tall, bro. He's like 8'7", bro. And he went to the movie Niagara Falls, bro. Listen, everybody who has gone to go see Godzilla -1 has gotten teary-eyed except for 2 people that I know, bro. 2 people. Everyone else has, bro. But no. Blah, blah, blah. Let me get to this super chat real quick, yo, from Hidden Gem Media. Have you ever played the games Theme Park or Myst in your childhood? Yes. I'm a 21-year-old gamer and I miss living through the era of gaming. Yes, Theme Park is awesome. I prefer Roller Coaster Tycoon, but it's the same exact gimmick. And Myst, for its time, was awesome. I think a lot of people nowadays would be bored with that game because you don't really do anything except for solving puzzles. But my God, if you don't have a strategy guide, that game is fucking hard. Some of the levels you have to go through to get the pages have such confusing riddles that, like, I never played the sequels, but I did. I actually have it somewhere. I don't have it here, but I have it in the other room.
Lies quick, fast, and
thank you, Ezilla.
In a hurry. One, Godzilla is
Hold on, let me get this fucking this question here. He says, President C4, I want to thank you for recommending Godzilla -1. I would have never known about the movie had it not been for the videos you made on it. Amazing film. Saw it on Sunday with the missus. I didn't even know you had a fucking missus, bro. I didn't even know you had a missus. And I'll bet she cried, bro. Niagara Falls. Yes, it is really that good, bro. Listen, I don't know anybody who doesn't like that movie. You remember, okay, do y'all remember when Spider-Verse 1 came out? And everyone went nuts, except for like the adults who don't respect animation. This is like that, except those adults like this. Thank you, Double A. No, Double A, I know that. You didn't have to leave a super chat. Thank you for the super chat, though. This guy, TK, said, there's no way it's that good. Oh, you're a non-believer, bro. He's a non-believer, y'all. He's going to have to be baptized in fire for him. You know what, bro? Go see the movie. Go see the movie today, bro. Go today. And then come back. And I'm going to hear the fucking shit I heard from everybody. Damn, dude, you were right. See, I knew it, bro. Every time I tell someone to go see this fucking movie, they come back with the same thing. Damn, man, you were right. This is the best movie of the year. I got a guy who I know who made it his #2 favorite movie behind Jaws. And just so you know, I didn't think it was going to be this good. I really didn't. Genuinely. I did not think it was going to be this good. By the way, I got to close this out because I'm giving... These are like stats that you're not supposed to see right here, bro. Let me close that, dude.
Incredibly powerful. And 2, it'll kill him if it gets the chance. Which, I was never the biggest fan of Godzilla until I met Mariah. And she was like, sometimes Godzilla's a good guy, sometimes he's a bad guy. Sometimes the plot of any one particular...
That's true.
Godzilla movie is that he shows up and just kind of like smacks humanity around a little bit just to remind them who's in charge, and then just goes back into the ocean again. And
yeah, but in -1, bro, this motherfucker's evil, bro. In Godzilla -1, this motherfucker, they've never done a more evil version of Godzilla than this one, bro. This thing's almost like a demon incarnate, bro. Not only is it destructive, but it fucks with the humans, bro. Trust me when I tell you, he is a fucking animal, this motherfucker. He's vicious and he's pissed. In -1. He ain't no
like,
good
that's
guy.
it. That's the plot of the movie. And that's kind of what's happening here, right? Like Godzilla's showing up and just kind of being like, just so you got...
Worth seeing if you don't legitimately don't care about Godzilla. Yes, it doesn't matter if you're a fan or not. Trust me, this movie will make you a fan. There's no continuity problems. It's its own story. It doesn't connect with the American or the other Japanese ones. But the problem is, if you become a fan of Godzilla after seeing this movie, all the other movies don't compare. You're going to be like, fuck, man. I wanted those feelings again. Only Godzilla -1. Hopefully we get a sequel or another movie from Yamazaki.
Guys know, right? And then just kind of smacking Superman and these guys around, right? Just kind of establishing his dominance, which is pretty awesome.
You guys know who did the music for Godzilla -1, right? You know who the composer was for that movie? The composer for that movie was Naoki Sato. Naoki Sato is the same guy, same motherfucker who did Dragon Ball Superhero. In fact, after he finished Superhero, he would go on to do Godzilla -1. This motherfucker, bro, took the original... Oh, shit, I was going to play it for y'all, but it was going too slow. Listen, this motherfucker took the original... Nothing Can Be 54. This one can. This is better than that one, bro. He took... But you know what? If you don't agree, that's fine. This is #2. I'm telling you. Listen. Yeah, even if you don't care about Godzilla, go see it. This motherfucker Sato took the fucking Ifukube music, bro, and remade it with modern instruments. Listen to how this shit sounds, bro. And wait till you hear it in the movie theater. The Highest Order. What was my reaction when I heard this? I lost my mind. I almost cried. Fucking movie, bro. This man has transcended to godhood.
If we're being honest with ourselves.
By the way, the vinyl for this soundtrack, bro, is fucking like $100, $200, bro, for the vinyl.
Again, they do what they can where they can, but Hawkgirl is smacked away by Godzilla's hand, only to be rescued by Shazam. Yes, son, Billy Batson has arrived on the scene. And it's cool because it's like having 2 Supermen that are basically facing off against Godzilla right now. And that's what's so awesome is because while this is happening, Godzilla, son.
This guy said needs to be sampled in a rap instrumental. It already has. It already has been, bro. Pharaoh Monch. Simon Says. Look up a song called Simon Says. Here, I'll play it for you. Hold on. You were asking about, hold on. Simon says, Pharaoh Monch. Listen. It's already been sampled, motherfucker, years ago.
Get the fuck up. Simon says, get the fuck up. Throw your hands in the sky. Weezer's in the back, sipping yak, y'all, what's up? Girls, rub on your titties. Yeah, I said it, rub on your titties. New York City gritty committee, pity the fool that act shitty in the midst of the calm, the witty.
Bro, Pharaoh Monch ain't don't fuck around, bro. I love Pharaoh Monch.
Godzilla starts to charge.
That was the era of fucking the great era of rap.
Up, people. Godzilla starts to charge up. You guys know how it is. You guys know how it is. That wom, 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 wom. You guys know how it is. It's revving up, and then it's just like, BAM! And then just like the atomic breath just gets blasted. At the same time, Superman fires off his heat vision. It's a standoff, son. It is a standoff between Godzilla and Superman firing off their energy towards one another. Even Shazam is looking at this like, dude, this is amazing, right? Like, this is the coolest thing. But what he does, like Shazam, comes up with an idea, right? He ends up flying over to Godzilla, lands on his head, and then just shouts, Shazam! And then like the lightning comes down, it hits Shazam, but then it also hits Godzilla at the same time.
That's a good idea.
It was kind of foolish, right? It was a relatively foolish thing because he could have gotten himself killed. And
Samoa Joe's theme, bro. Yes, he used it as well, bro. The champ is here. The champ is here. Those were the good days, bro.
In fact, even when he's reverted back to like Billy Batson, right? Like the little kid, he's just like, that was awesome. Because, I mean, let's be honest with ourselves, guys. Like, we would have reacted the same way. I would have been like, yeah, superpowers. But like, it was cool. Like, it's a really, really cool thing. But even Superman kind of yells at him, right? He was like, it was too risky.
This is wacky, bro. This is wacky as fuck.
Don't do that again. But the problem is, in this moment when they're flying away, Godzilla's like, son, all right, look, it was cool and it was fun before. And you're adorable, Superman. You're so cute with your cape and your magic underwear. You're so adorable. But like, I'm done playing games, right? When you mess with the bull, you get the horns. So what does he do? Fires off that atomic breath. Bam! Superman gets the brunt of it, goes crashing down to the streets of Metropolis. Billy Batson is just left there. Superman's totally unconscious. And like a boss, the beast, known as Godzilla, is just roaring in the background. Why, my friends? Because he has just dominated the Man of Steel. With that being said, guys, we're going to bring this to an end. Thank you all for watching. Now we'll catch you all later. Peace.
Man, that's good shit, bro. That is good shit, seriously.
Y'all know the name. Pharaoh fucking Monch ain't a damn thing changed. You all up in your range and shit, inebriated. Straight from your original plan, you deviated. I alleviated the pain with long-term goals. Slip my underground loop without the gold.
That song is fucking raw, bro. I haven't heard that song in years. I used to bump that shit all the time. That whole album, bro, that fucking Internal Affairs album is fucking flames, dude. Anyways, folks, thank you for being here with me. Go see Godzilla -1. I might go grab a bite to eat, maybe jack off, you know what I'm saying? We'll figure it out. If you want to do... I'm not going to jack off while I eat, though, because that's disgusting. That's cross-contamination. You don't want to do that shit, bro. You want to do it the night... You jack it, you wash your hands with soap and water, and yes, I have to tell anime fans, don't get offended, bro. Anime fans don't know about this. There's this thing called soap, right? Soap. You put it on your body, you wet it, it cleans you. I know anime fan. I've been to anime cons, bro. You know how they are. So anyway, soap yourself up real good. Oh, I'm having a good time tonight. Soap yourself up real good and then go for the fucking killer, bro. Pound that. Listen, bro. Pound that fucking meat. Like if you stop, you're going to lose something. Pretend like you're in a sweepstakes, bro. Pretend like you're trying to break the Guinness record, my friends. Pound it, bro. We got another super chat. The saying, yeah, I'm don't worry about it, bro. I'm trying to entertain the people. I'm just trying to entertain the people here, bro. That's all I'm trying to do. Don't take anything I say seriously, bro. Okay, hold on. Zerbeam says, did you watch GMK before -1? This was said to be the new most evil Godzilla. -1 Godzilla tops this. Yes, I love GMK. For those who don't know what that is, GMK is a movie that came out in like 2001. It's called Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah, All Monsters Attack, right? Godzilla, Mothra, King Ghidorah. I think that's what it's called, right? And yes, Godzilla's the villain in that one, and for the first time, Ghidorah's the baby face. Isn't that weird? But that movie is very much like Godzilla -1. In fact, the director of -1 straight up took inspiration from that. You know, he did. He talked about it. And that is a good movie. Godzilla in that movie does not look as terrifying as he does in -1, but he still looks good. Hold on a minute, bro. Review 100 girlfriends on your YouTube channel. It has a bit of crossover with Dragon Ball fans. Why? Because they can't get girlfriends? Oh! No, I'm fucking around. Review 100 girlfriends, bro. Let me just review one, bro. Let me review your girlfriend, bro. Listen, if you're really a fan of mine, you'll let me do that. No, I'm just kidding, bro. I'm just fucking around. I know you're not a cuck. You are not a cuck. Oh, you can't say that word anymore. Fuck. I'm assuming you hated the Matthew Broderick Godzilla. I didn't hate it. It just shouldn't have been called Godzilla. If it was called like Giant New York Monster, it would have been fine. But the fact that it was called Godzilla, bro, like that's not fucking Godzilla. You know what I'm saying? That's why he got buried in fucking Final Wars. You know, I didn't hate it. It's a stupid movie. Don't get me wrong. The movie's dumb. But like Roland Emmerich movies are usually pretty dumb like that. You know, I saw that movie in theaters when I was a kid, bro. Godzilla 98. Upgrade from your hand, fellas. They got all type of toys for men, too. Bro, I had a conversation with Star Blast about that yesterday, bro. We talked about that yesterday, I swear to God. Japan, listen, Japan's wild, bro. Japan is fucking wild, dude. Wild. Anyways, y'all, I really appreciate you being here with me. Seriously, I'm not even fucking around. This was a good time. I had a really good time. Listen, I might do more streams like this. If I stay up late, bro, and I'm bored, I might do more streams where I might react to other videos. Like other videos from other people. Maybe I'll do it. Maybe one day I'll do a stream where I'm burying fucking Instagram or some shit. You know what I mean? You know how Instagram's like fucking stupid? Or TikTok with their bullshit videos, don't know what they're talking about. Maybe I'll do that, bro. But I'm in a good mood. You know, I'm in a good mood. We got another super chat here. Michael Bay should make Godzilla movie. That would be amazing, right? Also, who's your favorite disgraced actor? Wait a minute. What do you mean disgraced actor? Kevin Spacey. Kevin Spacey. That's the answer. My favorite disgraced actor is Kevin Spacey. There's a guy who I absolutely loved in every movie he was in. He was a phenomenal talent, and yet he got canceled for fucking around with kids, bro. Fuck him for that. But my God, is he a great, talented actor. Is that your favorite disgraced actor? Are you a night owl? A lot of times I am. If you got weed on deck, it's up there, bro. Above my my rig here, my work rig, I've got this shit right here, bro. I got the magic stick. You're gonna lick once, gonna lick twice. Remember that song? I got the baddest bitch. Hold on, I'm gonna play that song for a second, bro. Magic stick. Bro, the copyright is gonna fend me over, dog. Once I get hit twice, you the baddest bitch. You don't believe me? Don't believe the night. I'll show you magic. Magic. I got the magic stick. Anyways, I'm gonna get copyrighted, bro. I would never do this fucking normally, but whatever. It's a stream and I don't care. Anyways, gentlemen, and maybe some ladies in there. Ain't no chicks watching this shit right now. Take care. Have a nice evening. I love you. Take care of your family and friends, please. They need you. Go see Godzilla -1.